thanks for what you do with your podcast and all the rest. You're doing a great job. Hope everybody keeps tuning in. You get a lot of good info, a lot of insights, understandings of how to get strong, how to stay strong, how to use your strength.
You do a great job, dude. You make things better than they are in real life, I think.
If you don't follow Massenomics, y'all do it. Social media, website, everything.
Massenomics.
Welcome, everyone. First-time listeners, long-time listeners. We're happy that all of you are here for episode 489 of the Massenomics podcast, the lifting podcast about nothing, recorded live from the corners of the Dakotas. My name is Tanner.
And my name is Tommy. Right before the show started, Tanner, I said, God, it feels like we just did this. And you said, yeah, because we did just do this. Recording about, 4 days apart here?
Just recorded a few days ago. Luckily, we're always locked and loaded. We keep them topics on us.
We don't ever take a day off ever over here.
What if 489 was the episode where it's like, yep, ran out of stuff.
Just never happened. So we went silent.
Yeah, nothing. We kind of, it just took 488 and we got to it all. Like
that was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It did take 488, but we did get it all.
Yeah. We knew it was coming, and here we are. 489, though, we are just 11 out. Is that right? 11 out from 500. That seems so close. We could reach out and grab 500.
That does seem really
almost
close, but then when you say 11 weeks, that does feel a little
Yeah,
longer.
I know, but 11 episodes is like nothing. 11 weeks is a little while, but
man, for the big reveal.
What's 11 weeks when you've done 489 of them, though, really?
Yeah, nothing really.
It's almost like it's
like 2% of it, roughly.
Well, I was going to say, in the line graph that is our podcast history, it's almost like not noticeable move to the right.
It is. It's just another tiny little data set.
Just another 11 weeks at the office.
Mm-hmm.
This week's episode is brought to you by EliteFTS.com, and they have their back-to-school sale going on right now. They are the newest sponsor of the Massenomics podcast. Their back-to-school sale includes 25% off all apparel, 15% off equipment, and a flash sale, get this, 40% off their bands.
What?
And if that's not enough, wraps and straps are also 25% off. And if that's not enough, here's the real kicker. Discount code Massenomics. It'll save you additional 10% off. Most of those things that are on sale, you can actually stack discount code MASS10. I said Massenomics, discount code MASS10. And you can take that off. Like the bands, you could be getting for 50%. Actually, might have to buy more bands. We have so many bands right now, but I'm at 50% off. That is a classic. Can't afford not to.
It's really hard to miss that one.
Yeah. So thank you to our newest sponsor of the Massenomics podcast, EliteFTS.com. You know them, you heard them, or you respect them, and now you like them even more because they sponsor us. EliteFTS. Thanks, guys.
This episode is also brought to you by JUGGERNAUT AI. JUGGERNAUT AI is the programming that I've been utilizing in my training for the past about 3 years. I've seen significant progress with it. It keeps training fun. It switches it up. And most importantly, keeps me feeling good and strong as the weeks go by. I recently completed a meet where I hit an all-time bench PR. I got some other numbers that are creeping up by the day damn near. So I'm feeling really, really good. And I have just restarted my JUGGERNAUT program. It's start me with a bridge block. After that, I'll go into some hypertrophy blocks before leading into some strength blocks and ultimately a peaking block to test my strength again. It has a wide library of exercises and keeps a really good job of keeping track of all of your history and your past performances. If you go to juggernautai.app, that is the website, you can use code Massenomics and save 10% on the lifetime of your membership. Now, the important part here is you have to do it on the website, not through the app. If you sign up on the website, juggernautai.app, use code Massenomics, you can save 10%. Thank you, Juggernaut AI.
Thanks, Juggernaut AI. Tommy, we didn't talk about this, but so this episode will come out on August 18th, and we have a drop coming this month. We're not exactly sure yet if it's going to be on the 21st or the 28th. It's going to be one of those two dates, but we'll just give you the heads up now just in case it is the week of this coming out. it could be August 21st if we get the last pieces of the puzzle lined up in time for that. So be on the lookout. There is a t-shirt in that drop.
Mm-hmm.
There is a couple of pretty top secret items that are not apparel related.
Something that's been in the works. You could say R&D has been extensive on this one.
Actually, maybe it's certainly up there with our most R&D of any product we've ever sold.
Yeah.
Right?
It's, I mean, on our end, probably the most R&D we've had to do on anything.
Yeah. And like the most manufacturing time that we've got into stuff. I mean, it's up there with, certainly up there with the Drink Spotter collection is what I would say. It's right up there with that. And then something else, a little collab piece in the drop that's a lot of fun. Also, there's going to be a big sale as a part of that drop. Also,
yeah, I forgot about
part
that.
of that too. So there's going to be some big, maybe even some 50% off items. We're talking about 50% off with EliteFTS bands. You might be able to just get some of that action at Massenomics.com also with this drop. So we're not revealing yet what any of the items are because it could be an additional week until that actually comes into play. But just be on the lookout. It's going to be a big one, I would say, right? Don't you think it's going to be a big one? Am I overstating that?
There's some fame, there's some notoriety, there's some internet clout on the line on this one. So
yeah, don't sleep on this one. It's going to be bag. But we'll give more updates on that as we actually, maybe it will be the 21st. What's your guess? Is the drop going to be on the 21st or the 28th?
I'd like it to be the 21st, but
yeah, me too. But we'll see. Okay. I wanted to bring actually, what do you got, a can over there or something?
Oh,
what are you drinking? Something?
I am quite thirsty.
I don't want to put the cart before the horse.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to drink mine out of this Drink Spotter Chill, which is currently completely sold out on the website.
I seriously
so you
gotta
can't even
find
buy
where I
one of
put
these.
mine.
Yeah.
It's here somewhere, and I keep forgetting to look for it.
Luckily for you, there's going to be a new version of the Drink Spotter Chill coming someday. So a little spoiler.
So another
alert.
one I can lose.
Yep. It'll go where your first one is. Bernie's
I'll find them
probably
one day, and both their magnets will be stuck together.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Bernie's going to be crapping out leather from eating your Drink Spotter Chill.
He's crapped out worse things than that. So,
who hasn't been there before, though? Honestly,
oh God,
no judgment to Bernie.
Nope.
What do you got at Kirkland Line? That's always.
What do you got over there?
First, I got myself a Rambler because I'm a bit of a rambling man.
Okay, I'm coming to Aberdeen this week. I have to get some of those before I leave.
You'll probably forget them. So
there's a 95% chance I will, but I really hope I remember.
Big Lauren made sure I'm a bit of a rambling man, so I've got the Rambler grapefruit, and wow, it does not disappoint.
I'm very jealous. I guess along those lines, I am coming to Aberdeen this week, so we have big content plans.
Yeah, we're shooting at least 4 videos here in Western Northeast South Dakota, right?
Yeah, and I'm actually excited for all of them because 2 of them I don't know much about. You're going to be the one leading the way. Actually, 3 of them I don't really know much about. We got a gym tour in store.
Well, we got a couple gym tours even.
Yeah.
One of them's a supporting member gym tour coming at you pretty soon, actually. So just stay tuned to see that little ditty.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Yeah, so we do have some exciting content. The YouTube content machine keeps rolling. Have we ever not posted a new YouTube video since we started the YouTube thing? And how long has that been? Has it been like 2 years? Or?
Yeah, there was like 1 week where I missed one.
Yeah.
Like we didn't have like a ton of stuff, and then life was kind of crazy, and it was when we actually just were winging it literally week by week. And I think I was going to talk. I believe it was one where I was doing like the talking head thing, and then I couldn't do it again the next week. I'm like, dude, I still have not been able to do this. And you're like, I'm going to film something. And you went to the gym and just shot something quick with your phone, I'm pretty sure. But
so did we post something then? Or?
The second week we did then. We did miss 1 week. Because I remember you talking like, yeah, just the idea of missing 2 weeks really bugged me. So yeah, you went and got something. But we have made up for it.
That's been a little while out, even though, hasn't it?
Oh.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me.
It's really quick on the button.
It's been a while.
I think that's been close to
It's
2
these
years.
pages of buttons that really gets me because when I have to change
Switch it
pages,
over.
it's like a 3-button.
I don't. That's why I just keep
change.
everything on the first one. And if it doesn't make it there, then it's not happening.
Yeah, too many buttons. And how do they expect you to know what these buttons are?
I believe in the newer versions, they've done some things to fix that. I think.
Okay.
Well, the other thing you
Because-
can do, you can pull. I believe if you pull up the app on your computer, the Road app, I think the buttons have. You can see on screen the labels are assigned to them.
I'm not going to click on it.
Yeah,
right
I'd be
now
afraid to
because
do that
it's
right
gonna,
now while you're recording. It might do something weird.
It's going to like stop the recording
Yeah,
and be like, we just ruined the podcast.
But I'm
'cause I
pretty
wanted
sure
to
that
click the
is the
button.
second way to do it. Is
Okay.
you can label them on your computer and hit them from. The
I'm going to
screen
look
too.
into that actually because that would be.
Yeah, so you can
I like
have
the
just
idea of pressing them on
button
the
bank up there
board,
you know.
but yeah, right. Okay, that's good to know. I never thought about that. Of course, of course, but
Pro tips.
I wanted to bring up something you don't know about. I have the topic of ape in the.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
watching
so-
some monkey shows or something.
Are you familiar with the clothing brand Ape Man Strong?
It's been a while, but yes, I am.
It's been a while.
It's been more than 1 week since I've seen very much from Ape Man Strong in the lifting scene.
It's been a lot of
But
weeks.
I do see that they're, after maybe like a 6-year hiatus, they've been trying to make a little bit of a resurgence in the powerlifting scene
Well, I know.
for the last month or two.
Yeah, I saw one thing pop up. That was probably a couple months ago, and now I haven't. I think because Huck Finn was, they were tagging him in some things,
In some videos that were about a
10 years
decade
ago.
old.
Yeah, and so I think that crossed my radar. But outside of that, I have not seen anything.
It's just interesting after them not marketing to lifters for
About 10 years.
5 to 10 years, approximately. I'm not actively, at least. Like
Yeah.
I mean, have you seen someone? We go to the Arnold every year. We host a big lifting meet with a few hundred lifters at it every year, and we go to Home Gym Con. When's the last time you've seen someone wearing an Ape Man Strong shirt?
I mean, I'm sure
Like in person.
someone probably had one out at the Arnold, but I don't remember.
But we usually take note of different.
I mean,
we're
we
always
do.
we're always looking
I'm
and
just
being
saying,
like the different
statistically,
brands.
a room,
Yeah,
like 700,000 people, whatever they say, someone probably had one. I just
Right.
don't remember it. Is what I'm
Right.
saying.
yeah. And
But
I would
that's
say the same.
Same would happen to us though if we just quit doing stuff for years on end. That's how
Right.
most businesses go. You don't do anything and people forget.
And the internet changed a little bit. Social media, what works on social media has changed over the last decade.
You and I talk about this all the time. Maybe the most annoying thing on Instagram. There's a lot of really annoying things on Instagram. But one of the most annoying things on Instagram is the people that complain that what worked on Instagram in like 2014 doesn't
that
work
it's not
now.
working
And it's like,
anymore.
yeah. What worked on the internet in 2014 doesn't work now. What worked in business in 2014 kind of doesn't work now. Like, believe it or not, 11 years have passed. The world has changed a little bit. So just because it worked before doesn't mean it will and should work now. Like,
Right.
and it's so frustrating that that's actually a concept that some people are mad at or can't comprehend.
Well, it's kind of like they're acting like that we used to be a proper freaking country.
Well, they are.
That's what they're
It's
thinking.
that. It's also this.
They're saying they wake up and saying, "God, dang it, we used to be a proper frickin' country."
Yeah. It's also this entitlement to like, well, I had this before, so I'm granted this success forever. It's like, no, man, that's not how the world works.
Yeah, that's true. And I'm not saying that specifically to this company, but it just has changed quite a bit. And just like you, a great example would be if we hadn't posted since 2018 and we all of a sudden started trying, or we hadn't posted, we hadn't podcast, we hadn't YouTubed anything since 2018. And we were like, hey, don't forget about us, everyone. We're still here. We got a new shirt. Everyone would be like,
or
you
just
know,
all the content we posted was just reposts of verses from 2016. People were like, yeah, you did this 10 years ago. Like these people aren't even lifting anymore. What's going on here?
What else you got?
Yeah. 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 The world has moved on.
Just an interesting observation. No point, actually. I have no point. Just observing.
Yeah. We do a lot of observing from our corners of the internets.
Yes. Another observation I wanted to bring up here. We talked about this earlier today when we were working on something, but we use ChatGPT for ideas, different things. And I ask it stuff about lifting. Anytime I have an idea or concept, I'll run something through it. And ChatGPT, in reference to Massenomics or the lifting community, loves chalk. ChatGPT thinks that chalk is the funniest reference ever. Yeah. I've gotten to the point where I'll ask you something and then I'll be like, no chalk references will be I'll include and they, nothing about chalk.
This one up to
yeah. I'm like, give me some ideas. Nothing about chalk. Leave chalk out of this. We're gonna make a chalky mess.
They're all terrible ideas that involve chalk too. It's never ever the appropriate or good idea. It's just terrible.
And I don't know if that is pulling from Massenomics or just the lifting culture in general.
It can't
when
be
it
pulled
does
from us
that.
because we don't ever talk about chalk though. Is the thing that's what's so funny about it. It's just like you and the Coke Zero is how it just thinks you love Coke Zero when we've never talked about that before.
The only thing I like more than Coke Zero is lifting jokes about chalk. I mean, I guess I make the memes about putting chalk directly on the barbell, but in the pool of our total memes, that's a fraction of a fraction.
Oh
of
my
a
God!
percent.
And you haven't done hardly any of that lately, and that still is just one of the tiniest little jokes you've made over time.
Big Gary mentioned there was a lot of chalk in your garage too, so maybe it's pulling. Maybe it remembers.
Okay. Yeah, there was that, but we've talked about a lot of other things that it doesn't make jokes about.
Oh, and the Brandon says when you got bukkakied by the chalk, it was easy.
True, actually. Yeah, I did get
Wait a
covered in
second.
chalk.
Maybe this chalk thing. Maybe they're onto something
maybe
here.
ChatGPT found that pretty enjoyable, and it doesn't want to forget.
That was a lot of chalk in the wool that got stuck in the wool in your hair, though.
That was a lot of chalk. Like that dried my skin and hair out for quite a while.
All right. Changed my mind. Love all the stupid chalk jokes that aren't funny.
Bring it on. You know what?
More of them.
My only complaint is they don't make enough chalk jokes.
Yes. Okay. Well, we're going to do a tier list episode this week. We got a special tier list. I don't know if you probably noticed the title, so you've guessed we're going to get to that at some point in time anyways, but do we want to jump into do the tier list for a while and then come back to some other stuff and jump back and forth, or what do you think?
Yeah, maybe we'll do that way. Because last week it only took us an hour to get to the point. Maybe we'll get there a little faster this week.
Okay. Then we'll come back to maybe some supporting our supporting members, certified training facility of the week, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So do you have your tier list thing that you do?
Yeah, don't you need to intro me in?
Oh, gosh. Of course.
Now we got a show on our hands.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not really a tier list until we hear Disturbed.
That just woke me up from my slumber. I've come alive.
Kind of just hanging out here on a Monday night, and then the tier list, or then the Disturbed comes in like a wrecking ball.
Yeah. Now I'm just remembering when you said that tier list thing, I actually need to send you this link, or do you still have that to view this stuff?
No, I definitely don't have that.
Okay.
I don't really know how you do that magic link. It's voodoo. Does that take a minute? I could do supporting our supporting members.
No, I'm sending it to you right now.
Okay.
We're really prepared on this one.
Well, you know what they say. When it's a tier list, we always come prepared for a tier list. So
I hope that one works for you. Let's send that and see what happens.
Okay. And what is the title of this particular tier list, or what is the list that we're tiering this time?
So, damn it. Okay. God. All right. This week's tier list is the home gym bar tier list. Did I do that good?
All right. Yeah. So it is barbells, somewhat specifically to a home gym, right?
Yeah, and specialty bars, not just purely straight up barbells. We're talking specialty bars here too. That's why it is the home gym bar tier list.
Okay, I think I made it into our tier list here too. Yep.
You see the empty table here.
Yeah. Do I need to zoom in a little bit? Oh. Okay. Yeah.
Got
So
it.
our old ones are here too.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna look back at our clothing tier list and our
Classic warm
protein
pants.
food. All right? So this will be our 4th tier list in this edition
This
of tier
actually
list.
just reminded me. I have to just cut you off really quick before I forget. I
Yeah.
still think about this on the protein food tier list because we weren't doing your traditional, chicken breast. We were mixing it up, doing some crazier stuff. And I think it's in the YouTube comments. I can't remember if it's someone that we know that left the comment, but they go, starting a protein food tier list with chicken wings is diabolical. Like, so it was the comment was along those lines. And I'm like, if you didn't know what you were in for, you were going to be caught off guard right away.
That really sets the stage, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That does kind of set the stage for what's coming.
I got the gym music tier list. Oh man.
Well, this is perfect timing because our YouTube video this week, which Big David popped up, our new YouTube video this week is the 29 millimeter Texas Power Bar review, correct?
Yeah, I actually edited it today, and it'll be posted in a few days.
So I don't know. Should we kick off with the one of the ultimate classics? Is it wrong to kick off with the Texas Power Bar?
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
All right. Well, I would somewhat ambiguously say that the Texas Power Bar, and some of these were going to be brands of bars. Some of them aren't going to be brands of bars. We're going to kind of handle that how we want to. And if you don't like it, you can just pack your shit and get out of here because it's our tier list.
Yeah.
Some of these will be brand specific. Some won't be. Do we each get one Trump card then also? Or
Yeah, if you want. Yeah.
one
that's fine with
veto
me.
card.
Yep.
Maybe as we'll say one veto, one card where each of us, if we're at an impasse and one of us feels strongly, they can use their power card and place it how they want to.
Yep. I like that. Okay. So first up, you have a original Texas Power Bar. Am I correct?
Well, I would just say whatever. It's just a Texas Power Bar.
Okay.
So I'd say if you're a 28.5 fan or a 29 fan, it's whichever one you're the bigger fan of.
And not that this matters, but in my mind, I'm picturing something with like a black zinc shaft, chrome sleeve.
I think
That's
it's a
what
black
I'm
zinc
picturing
shaft
right now.
It's definitely black zinc shaft and chrome sleeve.
Okay. Just so we all
And-
have the same mental picture.
As far as barbells in a home gym setting, I am saying it's an S tier to me. I just can't imagine it not being an S tier.
I am too. And I think about this. I think there's two things that maybe people that are critical of Texas Power Bars will be critical of them. I think the first one would be the roll pin design versus the snap ring, which we reference this in our video. And we say, we've had Texas Power Bars for over 10 years. They've been used many times a day. Has that been a point of failure or design flaw in them?
Absolutely not.
Right.
Like, could you even say that it's been
A point of conversation?
the
even?
slightly marginally worse in any way?
No, not at all. Not at all. So I think
Not
that's-
on a single one of them.
yeah,
Not
so-
on like the 12, like the 15 of them that I own.
So I think that's
Not
really
on
funny.
the 30-year-old ones.
Exactly. Well, and those ones, some of those they're 10 years old. They've been used multiple times a day, every day. Like that would be, those ones that are 10 years old are used more than they would ever get used in a home gym ever, like in a lifetime.
Way more than a lifetime's worth.
Yes.
And those, there's two of those, the ones that you're talking about. And those are still, they're kind of my go-to bars
they're
at the
still
gym.
clanging and banging.
Like, I'm like, if I'm going to, I never dislike, like, I'm always happy to use those bars.
Mm-hmm. Because they're
Sometimes
classic.
I go looking for it and I'm like, oh, darn, someone's using those. I guess I'll use something different.
But I think so now that we've had some space between the recording of that video and talking about this, and then some of the things that have happened, and what I see get talked about in the home gym community, because I notice a lot in the Facebook group that the conversation starts with, do I go with the Rogue Ohio Power Bar or do I go with the Rep Black Diamond Bar? And both totally fine bars. Nothing wrong with those. But then someone will throw in like Texas Power Bar, and then usually the comment will be like, oh, it doesn't use a snap ring design. Or if you look, the tolerances aren't as tight, so when you drop it, it's louder. And I'm like, dude, okay, so you said two things that actually don't affect the lifting performance. I want to be like, yeah, but what's the knurling feel like, man? Because I vastly prefer the feel of a Texas Power Bar knurling to a Rogo Howe Power Bar, or I've never actually used a Rep Black Diamond Bar. But if we're going to be in the same price range, there's something cool about having the American-made classic there, isn't it?
Well, I'll address the elephant in the room. Texas Power Bars is not active in the home gym.
Well, yeah, that's what it is. Actually,
community.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Yeah, they don't market
companies that don't
audience.
really hit that audience as hard as others. Like that they don't feel like they're in the community. Then like some were not willing to support them for that reason.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you think? Like, isn't
100%. Yeah. Like there is absolutely a group of people that.
They're vocal in those groups,
right.
Those people, so they're going to be the ones commenting.
Oh, God damn it! I forgot to erase my card. This is some grade A footage. I can't be.
So, are you running? Did you run out of footage, or
I forgot to delete my video from last week.
Yeah,
rookie mistake.
Oldest trick in the book.
The only thing is, it just makes it a pain for me editing, but. We are back. Okay.
We're so back.
Yeah, but I like to see how people bring up like their complaints are the tolerances with the noise on dropping an empty bar or moving the bar and whatever else. I'm like, dude, you're missing the whole part. Actually using the damn bar and using the bar, the Texas Power Bar feels amazing.
Correct.
And it's an icon.
It is the icon.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes they don't get fanboyed in the ultimate home gym nerd community because they do not. I don't know what the right word is. I'm going to say cater. I don't like that word. I was going to say market. I don't know if I like that word, but they're not as invested in that.
Yeah, I mean that's
community.
Like, yeah, they're not trying to go off. I mean, and I also think at the end of this is actually turned into a bigger conversation than bars. But like at the end of the day. I do believe, as someone that is in that community, I believe that is a relatively small community.
Oh, it's absolutely. It's also, we're talking about also a very vocal, very minority.
Yeah, like we're talking about like a percent of a percent. And don't get me wrong, I love that percent of a percent, but like that's also not what like
well, it's why they don't have to worry. Some people don't have to worry about it.
Most people just like want a gym to work out in, and once they got that, they're fine with it. It's...
Yep. Okay, so S tier.
S tier.
Home run S tier. I mean, we might as well have started the list with that in S tier and gone from there because that was just a formality.
Yeah.
Do you have anything that meets your fancy here that you'd like to?
Actually, we're going to pick, because we're talking quality barbells here. I'm going to grab a little one off the list here called the American Barbell Chewy Bar.
Very nice bar.
And this, I'm just pulling up
We've seen quite a few of those in our home gym tour escapades. We've come across a lot of chewy bars.
Like we've ran across 10% of those that exist in the wild have been featured in our barbells in our tours, because there can't be that many of those out there, and we seem to have found a lot of them.
Yeah.
So for people that don't know, American Barbell is a company that makes lifting equipment, barbells, dumbbells, things like that. I'm not sure if all their stuff is made in America. I actually think that there's a portion of it that's not, but
interestingly enough,
a
very, very, very nice barbell. It's got a good feel. Talk about the noise. It makes none. Talk about the little weld around the sleeve. It looks really cool.
Yeah. So for people that don't know, this thing is stainless steel. It says IPF power bar. It's not really IPF specs though, is it? Like it doesn't have the IPF collars. I don't know why it says that on their website. But yeah, like this is the one you can tell that the tolerances on everything are insane. Like they are damn near perfect. It looks incredible. It is stainless steel. And you say, well, this is all great. What's the downside? The downside is this bar is $700.
Yeah, that's
$700.
That is the negative of the bar is the price.
And, if you're comparing it to a Texas Power Bar at about $300, is it like 2.3 times better? No, not even close.
No.
Is it twice as good? No, I would also say it's not twice as good. Is it 50%
That is the way
better?
that marginal utility works on items, though, too, where it's just like diminishing returns.
50% better? even that's debatable. It has a very unique knurling feel too. I actually really like how the knurling feels. It feels very grippy without being overly aggressive. But it's just that price tag is killer on this thing, man. And
Yeah.
This actually one is one that to me is geared exclusively towards home gym nerds, because I just don't think there's a whole lot of people that need a $700 stainless steel barbell. If you need a stainless steel barbell, there are significantly cheaper options than this as well. So as cool as I think it is, I kind of put this towards like an A tier, maybe even B, just because of how expensive it is. What are you thinking?
Yeah, it's not an S to me for those reasons. It is really nice. I was thinking A, but now when you say A or B, I'm like, you could almost talk me into B. I'm a little on the fence. Can we
We'll come back.
Put it
I'm
with
gonna say A
and-
for now, because
okay.
I am going to recognize the greatness of it. It really is just
Right.
the downfall is the price. It is so expensive.
Right. And Keith said the one in Massenomics, the J cup area, the knurling was worn completely smooth by every single brand barbell we have does that.
Yeah.
When our bars get used so much more heavily than at a home gym. Like, I think people underestimate how much more they get used even at like a relatively small group gym.
Yeah.
Compared to at a home gym. You know, it just gets used instead of 3 times per week, it's getting used like
not even that
16 times a day.
Like my Texas deadlift bar gets used once, maybe twice a week.
Right.
And like you just said, like you could have a Texas deadlift bar at the gym that does get used 16 times in one day. And when we say 16 times, we're saying 16 different lifters.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, it could, in comparison, it could get a year of wear in about a week compared to what it gets in my home.
Most of our J cup or anything that the bar sits in is not metal, but all it even takes is our Ghost combo is metal and our other older combo is metal. And even just those two things enough. And then the little bit that it might sit on some safeties and stuff like that, it's still enough to everything just gets worn down like that. It's just like completely. The old ones are almost to the point where you wouldn't even know knurling ever existed in that area.
Oh, it is.
They sit in
It's
that
just,
spot.
there's the image of knurling, but you touch it and it's
Right.
perfectly smooth. It kind of messes with your brain, actually.
I think A is fair.
Okay.
I'm going to come up with one here. Let's go the camber bar. So not referring to a bow bar, a buffalo bar, a duffalo bar, but the camber bar, a specialty barbell, our first specialty barbell on the list. And this is the one where it goes very much classically a conjugate bar is what I relate it to in my head a little bit. If you train West Side Conjugate, or if you're like a geared lifter, you'll see them utilizing that bar quite a bit. Would you say that's true that you see people that train?
Oh, I don't. I'm not sure I've ever seen anyone use one that's not affiliated with or thinking of West Side in their programming in some way. That to me is like an exclusive bar to that training style. Not that it has to be, but that's just how it seems to work out.
One of the first specialty bars we ever got at Massenomics gym.
It was.
Here's my points on that. I don't actually dislike the bar. It's definitely one I would want at Massenomics gym.
I've seen some guys use it with crazy weights at the gym.
Yep. At a home gym, it would not be towards my top end of even the specialty bars.
Also a pain in the ass to store too.
Pain in the ass to store. I guess I just don't love it. This is where we're going to offend some people on the list, because some of these bars I'm just not as big. I like all bars. That's my biggest caveat to this. I want all the bars, but I'm not in a home gym. I have a space where I can have 100 bars, and I want all of them. I want every single one, including this. But in a home gym, this would not be on the top of my list. In my home gym, I would probably never have one. I haven't trained with it in 7 years. I don't know that it's an F tier, though, to me. I don't know. Maybe it is. I don't know. It's either a C or an F. I get kind of feeling like it's a C, but.
So the lowest, our list goes S, A, B, C, with F being last. We skip D. To me, this is best case scenario C.
Yeah.
And that's looking at a pretty holistic view of it. If I was to look at this in just a home gym context, I would say for
Do you
most
think it's
people,
an
this
F?
would be an F. Because
Maybe we should put it in F for now with the possibility to move up to see if we end up with a lot of Fs. Then
have we
this
ever
wouldn't be a
came
tier
across
list if
one?
we didn't rough up some feathers.
Have we ever came
also.
across one in a home gym tour ever?
Not yet. I'm sure we will.
But
That
that
some
speaks
point,
something
but-
for it right there.
Right.
And also, people that are a little heavier into the West Side conjugate training style typically have training crews too. And that's where, again, in a home gym setting, this just isn't as useful if that's the style you're doing.
Yep. I do think the home gym context is important to the list, and that's probably what helps us frame it. There again, it was one of the first specialty bars I bought for Massenomics Gym.
Yeah, we've had that one forever.
Because I also like to open up the opportunities for whatever lifting anyone wants to do with any kind of gym or with any kind of bar. I'll get to some other bars on the list that I've even have bought even way more recently that I'll still probably want to rank just about as low as that for the home gym, because I'm like, yeah, don't buy that for your home gym. And ones that I spent like a lot of money on recently even. And I would still say, yeah, probably that goes way lower on the list.
Okay, we'll go with F for now.
Yeah.
Oh, God, we got a lot of good bars on here. What do I want to go with next? There's a lot I want to say, but I haven't used some of these, so I feel like I'm not the best one to bring it up. Let's go with... Actually, you know what this list is making me realize is how much of not a specialty bar guy I am. Because I just don't use many of these at all. Let's go with a football bar. Or a Swiss bar. Or whatever you prefer to use as your...
Here's what I think is maybe interesting in comparison after coming off the Camber bar. Football bar, relatively easy to store in your home gym.
Yep.
In comparison, I don't know that it has that many more uses than the Camber bar, if I'm being honest about that. I like to think that it does. I'm not sure that it does. And obviously, you could bench with it, and it's got all the different grips, so it's just inherently built in a lot of uses. If you say, oh, I've got 3 different bench widths, then I overhead press. I've got 3 different overhead press widths. I use it to do skull crushers, so I've got 3 different skull crusher widths. Not that on a regular bar you literally can put you have an infinite number of widths, I guess. Also,
Yeah,
so
but you have different hand positions too, though.
Yeah. Oh,
I lean towards
it wouldn't.
I lean towards a B or a C on this. I've almost never used one. Just I don't know. My shoulders, none of that stuff ever bugs me, and I feel like that's maybe one of the big benefits of this is it gives your shoulders a little bit of a break.
Right.
But that's never been an issue for me at all.
I like the idea of Dave Tate, EliteFTS, use discount code MASS10, the new one with...
I like that too. That's super enticing.
If we would have had
to
more
me.
time there, I wanted to try one of his prototypes there, actually. It seemed really interesting, the logic behind that. Yeah, it's Big Lisa said you could throw it on top of your rack and use it for different pull-up spots, actually, too. Would be a creative use in the home gym. Hammer curl bar is another use. I do feel like there is a decent amount of
I think there's
uses there.
I think there's a pretty good amount of utility, and also it does have that thing of you can use it to work around an injury. So, I mean, I could lean slightly towards a B on this one.
Yeah, I could see a B, because I do think a big part of some of these specialty bars in the home gym is how many different things can you use it for. You can bench with the Camber bar that we talked about too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I've done that before, but
you can do any type of pressing movement, and
right.
you can do rows and stuff like that with it too. So, and they're usually not that expensive either.
That's true too.
Which is another thing to consider, especially when you're talking in a home gym. Like, so you're talking
you can usually get like
space,
a couple $100
a lot of
you can get a
function,
pretty good one.
yeah, and then also relatively affordable. So yeah, I think B is a pretty safe spot for it.
That's good. Okay. Next one up on the list, we're going to go classic one. How about the silver easy curl bar?
Yes.
Non-rackable type.
Yep.
The one that infamously left in every home gym by the easy curl bar fairy. Almost a requirement to own a home gym. You asked about the camber bar. Have we ever seen it in a home gym? I'm like, no, not in the tours we've done. Hardly, I don't think. The easy curl bar, you almost rarely ever see it not in a home gym.
It's hard to do a home gym tour that doesn't have an easy curl bar.
Yes. Yes. Very cheap because they're free. They just they pop out of thin air.
Yep.
Very space efficient. They take up virtually. They're leaning in any corner. You can lean them in any corner you want to.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of pieces of shit, but they work.
Well, also there's not that much weight ever going on it, so it
No,
doesn't really
right.
matter.
Right. I actually think I don't know why. It's just the vibes. It's kind of a pretty. It's a important piece of a home gym.
Oh,
just for the vibes.
You can take someone that has no idea about a home gym, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, a curl bar, nice." You know, like that one will stick out to them as being something relevant.
I do not dislike easy curl. I do not dislike doing curls on the easy curl bar.
I've just added those back into the program here.
Yeah,
it's been a nice little break since I've done them.
I don't know what tier do you think for the easy curl bar. If you could really this is one where you can really slice and dice it a number of ways.
I'm an A or a B on this. I mean, I'd feel very.
Let's put it at an
B,
A because I think it's like for a home gym, it's like you got to have this stupid thing.
Okay, yeah. Actually, the home gym context part, I mean, yeah, it is kind of a classic part of a home gym here.
Yeah, you got to pump out some arms in your home gym. It's for like the people that aren't power lifters that just started a home gym, it's probably the only thing they have. They're like, yeah, give me an easy curl bar, we're set.
Right? Yeah. I got a standard, a barbell that only takes standard 1-inch plates and an easy curl bar. Here we go. Okay, I like that. Let's do one more here, and then we'll take a little break.
Take a little.
Next up, I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with the. I'm gonna do this. Okay, let's go with an open trap bar. And there's a lot of people.
That's interesting because there again, when we go to gym tours, we see these in a lot of the home gyms we go into.
I think it might be close to 50% of the home gym tours we've done have the rep open trap bar in them. And then the other like 20% have the kabuki one. And then there's just a few other random trap bars that pop up. But the rep one has, I mean, when we went to California, did every gym have the rep open trap bar in it?
Yes, I think it did. We went to like 6 in a row with
it. Was crazy. They all did. I've never used the rep one. It's actually pretty high on my wish list of things that I'm considering buying. I use the kabuki one pretty extensively for, God, I don't know, probably 6 months. I enjoyed it a lot. I mean, obviously it's significantly easier than a deadlift, but sometimes it's nice to do something a little different, get away from the old conventional deadlift. And the open part is nice because most of them have the jack built in, which makes it very convenient for use. You just tip it back and you're ready to load plates on. I don't know. This might be an A tier item for me, actually.
I never see people using them.
Does no one ever use it in the gym?
I feel
like the kabuki one, when you first got it, got used a decent amount. I didn't use it for like the first year and a half, 2 years. And then I came back to it later.
All those people we see it in their gyms, I feel like I never see them using it.
That it's just in the corner somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. You're not totally wrong.
Just because I say that doesn't mean that it's true either, but that's just the vibe I get from it sometimes that I'm like, and I like that the kabuki one we have is nice. It's a really nice bar. The jack part of it is, that is the best thing they ever did to trap bars was make it so they can freestand on their own and load that way. My bias of not liking trap bars that much is probably shining through. But I was also one of the first specialty bars we have two trap bar we have the open trap bar and I have an actual trap bar. I have a trap bar. There's a hex bar. I have the diamond shaped trap bar, the old school one that's all on one plane.
It feels so
that
tiny.
is the hardest trap bar.
Yeah, because aren't the handles on that one just crazy?
They are very small.
Yeah, didn't you say it just feels
diameter.
like it's ripping through your hands?
because I went through a streak there where I was doing like a little stupid trap bar competition with Eventown.
Yep.
And loading it up, I don't know, like maybe 800 pounds or something
I
like
remember
that.
you guys were over 700.
Yeah, and it would, it's like a 24 millimeter handle on it or something like that. And it's a completely even handle where the handle is even with the weight. So there's no
like if you set it down,
there's
the
no
thing's just flat on the
self-balance.
ground.
Yeah, there's no self-balance to the thing. So you got to be very careful about where you hold it or it gets wonky in that way too. That being said, I just don't like trap bars that much. But okay, in a home gym, some of them, it's like you can use it as like a cambered squat bar.
Well, that's what the rep one tries to sell you as, is you can use it as a camber bar.
I'm not buying that.
You can use it as almost like a, like a yoke or something. You can do all this stuff. You can use it to do like rows and. Yeah, I've never seen anyone do any of those things ever before with a trap. I mean,
well, other than the people like maybe doing a review and saying you can do this with it and you can do that with it.
Okay, they checked the marketing box for can do a lot of things, but then everyone's like, oh, glad we did that one, and then they all just realize that we're not gonna use that.
To me, that's more of a B. But if you wanted an A, I don't feel that strongly about it.
I can live with B. I can live with B for now.
All right,
we'll come back to this. I'm fine with B.
And this list, maybe we'll have a little moving around once.
Once the dust
also,
settles.
some of those open trap bars are kind of expensive, as specialty bars are. But
they can be. I mean, that Kabuki one was wasn't that like $600 or $700, something like that?
I'm sure. Yeah.
I think the rep one. See, that's the other thing with the rep one is it's $400, which again, not cheap, but also not that
terrible.
Expensive
Actually, that's not too bad.
Gym.
Yeah. Okay. Should we do a little supporting our supporting members?
Yes.
Okay, this is a relatively new segment to the podcast. It's a segment where we like to give back to those that support us. If you're unfamiliar with our supporting membership program, get frickin' familiar with it. Head over to massenomics.com/join. That's where you can get signed up to become a supporting member. You get in on our pre-show. It's the only way you get in on our greasy pre-show. That's the show before the show. It's what we put out there for live listeners before we start recording the podcast each week. The only way you can listen to that is by becoming a supporting member, because it is never recorded, and it's where we bring out all our deepest, darkest secrets that nobody else gets to know is on the pre-show. It's also the way you listen along to the podcast live, like we have this group listening with us tonight, chiming in as we're doing this tier list. There's a discount code special for supporting members to use on our website. Whole bunch of stuff, really. And most importantly, we have a big crew mailer that we're wrapping up some touches on right now. Everyone's going to get a little something in the mail from us. We're going to send out to everyone that's a supporting member once we draw that line in the sand. I would say within the upcoming few weeks, we're going to let you know when exactly that line in the sand is. So you maybe have a couple weeks time left. Get signed up now. Also, if you're an existing supporting member and your address has changed recently, please let us know, so we can have that ready to go when we send that mailer out. This week's supporting members that we want to shout out: Big Chris Mark competed in a strongman show. Big Colton also competed in Beast Battle 3 down in Crew Falls, and he won a couple of the moving events, it looked like there.
Yeah, looked good.
Yeah, Big Jason, man who parks in gym, started his new podcast called Rep, Rant, Repeat. Check that out anywhere you listen to podcasts. And there's a new Hall of Fame achievement unlocked. If you become a Hall of Fame member in the Massenomics Supporting Member Hall of Fame Challenge Card Program, Massenomics Instagram officially does follow you on Instagram now. That is a new supporting member unlock.
Maybe the most important one so far.
Yeah, I went through and made sure we were following all of those people because we should be.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also, on the flip side of it, I went through the list and was like, it's changed in the last 12 years of using Instagram, where it used to be following a lot of people that we don't know that are just like lift a lot of weight.
Yeah.
That doesn't interest me so much anymore. If we've had them on the podcast and we kind of know them, then I'm very interested in those people still, if they're real strong. If it's people we kind of know in the community, I like that. But it's not just random strangers that we have no Massenomics tie to whatsoever.
Right.
It doesn't really pique my interest as much anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. Times change, man.
The times they are a changin'. So thank you to our supporting members. I would say if you're also a supporting member and you're in our Discord, which is the only way you get in our Discord, and you've got any friends that are also supporting members that do anything, they can put it themselves in there, but some of them don't think to do that. So you can shout out for them, make sure they get recognized. Like Scance here is saying, Big Jordan won the open men class of Atlantic, Canada's strongest man. I feel like that comes up every other month that Jordan competes in Atlantic, Canada's strongest man. That must be a bi-monthly event. I know that that's not actually true. It's just different names of events that seem somewhat similar to me. But I feel like that naming that I know I've done that one before. But so Jordan must, he's probably won that event like 8 times by now. He's like the 8-time return champ, Jordan. Yeah. he keeps, we'll see what Scant says, how many time champ. Maybe he's like 7-8-time champ of Atlantic, Canada's strongest man. But yeah, shout out your friends if they do something to make it on supporting members. We want to make sure that they get their recognition. So if you know about it and they might not mention it themselves, you get in there and shout it out for them so we can get them their recognition that they are deserved. Now, should we do a certified training facility of the week?
Yeah, I'm just looking around here. I kind of feel like we're due to head back to the Midwest.
What about South Dakota?
Yeah, I like that.
What about the Clenden?
Ooh, I like that.
Okay.
I like that.
Let me put this on the list of certified
Have you seen
training.
this? Have you heard about this?
Have you seen this? Have you heard about this? It's the certified training facility of the week. So Massenomics.com/certified. If you want to get on the map, you get a certified training facility flag, you get a certified training facility certificate, some special certified training facility stickers, and you get on their map. If you haven't checked this map yet, it's Massenomics.com/certified. There's 330 gyms in there. Also, if you're just traveling looking for somewhere to train, you might see some crew in there that are open. It says if they're open to visitors, so check it out.
All right, the Clenden in South Dakota.
Big Garrett.
I'm familiar with this gym only through the internet. Not
okay. I was going to say you haven't been there, have you?
Not personally, but I've never given it a close, deep examination like we're going to right now. So, looking in photo one, this is a basement gym, correct, Tanner?
I think it is.
And we got the horse stall mats. That's how you get the basement smelling good. You got to get those horse stall mats down there. We have a rack. The photos are a little low res. Looks like a 6-post rack, I believe, right?
Yeah. Is it a flat foot rack?
Yes, it is a
Titan
flat foot.
T2. I think it's a Titan T2 rack.
There we go.
Yeah,
Sounds about right.
A Titan T2 rack.
I mean, there's a bench in there, and of course, it's got to be a rep bench. Like, I mean, that has to be a rep bench.
Yeah,
that's what everyone has, and that's what it looks like. A lot of Massenomics flags and banners. No shortage of those.
A lot of memorabilia in there.
Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just in the first photo, I'm seeing like 10 Massenomics flags, banners hanging up. Got the license plates.
Yeah, he's got the Arnold license plate and the MSS NMX.
Yeah. And then Barbell Rescue made the cut too, so good company there.
Geez, I guess they'll let anyone in there these days.
Seems like it. We got the Bowflex adjustable dumbbells down in the bottom and a couple of smaller fixed dumbbells. Maybe there's like a 20-pound one there or something. He's got looks like the 45-degree back extension there. Is that what I'm seeing?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Looks like a pretty decent one. And then I think we got a stationary bike for a little cardio action. Well, and then is there a flat bench laying over here too? Do you see that white one?
Is that what that is? It's sitting it's vertical there.
Yeah. So there's 2 benches. This is a 2-bench gym.
Yeah. Is that a couch behind that bench then too?
There is a couch back there.
Just that's for between sets.
I think so. You got to have somewhere to sit.
Is that a red Cerakote bar up on the rack then too?
Oh, actually, yes. There was a bar up there. Yeah, that does appear to be a red Cerakote bar up there. I'm not sure what bar that is. Oh, and then the rack does have it has SSB up there. The rack does have some type of lat pull down cable type system in it. I'm
pretty sure that SSB bar was handed off from Anthony to Garrett in the parking lot of the Watertown Pizza Ranch.
Oh, was it?
Yes, that was when we got done eating, and they were like trying to disassemble it to fit into Garrett's vehicle, if I
Squeeze it
remember
all
right.
in.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
see, I had
something
to
like
take off
that.
a little early, so I missed that transaction.
Yeah.
Photo
Okay. So what do we got?
2. Are you ready for photo 2 here?
Yeah. Oh boy.
Okay, so photo 2, I think this is turned around looking the other direction now. We got some weights.
There's that 45 degree you said.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I can see it better
Yep,
there.
and that's on a treadmill actually. There's a treadmill there.
That
Also
looks like a Huck Finn skit waiting to happen. Doing reverse
actually kinda
45 degree
does.
back raises on a treadmill.
Yeah, yes. With some dumbbells in there for good measure.
Yeah.
We got a recliner because we got to have more places to sit still, so that's good to have
Between
in there.
sets, yeah.
More Massenomics memorabilia on the wall. Also some Vikings and Star Wars items.
Yep.
You know, a good mix there.
Plate
And-
storage.
Yeah, plate storage. I'm looking. What is that? Is that like a little split squat stand? That thing right next to the plate storage?
Oh yeah, that's probably what that is. Yep.
You
And
don't
then
see
there's a barbell jack there too,
You
right?
don't see a ton of little split squat stands, so that's interesting. And then we
And
have
the wall
some
control
wall
behind
control. Yeah, red wall control. We got a speaker. The Massenomics podcast is playing on the TV in the background, as it should
Yep.
be.
I recognize wool in that hair from anywhere.
Yep. Yeah, I think we've covered most of the bases. Looking pretty good.
There is one thing I was wondering else about it though. Like, do
Oh.
you think you could get strong there?
Oh, hell yeah. I get hella strong in the Clendon.
Real strong in that storage room / bedroom / basement gym.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to pump some iron, sit in the recliner, and chill.
Yeah.
Do it all.
Heck yeah. So thank you to our certified training facility of the week, the Clendon. This week's episode is also brought to you by Texas Power Bars. It's the barbell tier list.
Who'd have thought?
Texas Power Bar. We already said they're S tier. We friggin' basically did an ad for it, just talking about them in our tier list. It's our go-to barbell and Massenomics gym. Has been for over a decade, or at least a decade. We've got more of them than I even can count. And right now, they have $75 off select bars on their website at texaspowerbars.com. When you order one, make sure to let them know that your good friends at Massenomics sent you.
Oh, is this my turn now? I'm
Yep.
supposed to go? This episode is also brought to you by Build Fast Formula. That's supplements, in case you don't know. And they're supplements that just work. You can level up your life with innovative, clinically dosed, and research-backed supplements that just work. Right now, I'm a big fan of the 80-20 protein. That is the mix of 80% casein, 20% whey protein. It mixes great. It tastes great. They got several flavors available: vanilla ice cream, chocolate lava cake, Cinnadoodle, peanut butter chocolate. All of them taste great, and highly recommend. If you need something in the pre-workout space, they got Full Blitz pre-workout. That's their fully loaded pre-workout formula. They got Vaso Blitz, their dual nitric oxide formula. And then if you need to get the ultimate level of crazy, they got Blitz 3D, which mixes their dual nitric oxide, their Vaso Blitz, and their Full Blitz to give you a pretty crazy pre-workout. And like everything else, like all their supplements, their pre-workouts are available in a variety of flavors that, in my experience, all taste great. If you head on over to buildfastformula.com and use code Massenomics, you can save 10% on your next order. Buildfastformula.com, code Massenomics will save you 10%. Thank you, Build Fast Formula.
Thanks, Build Fast. Should we kick out all these live listeners and really get down to this tier list?
They've had enough fun.
They've gotten their run. Their little limelight.
They
Time
got
for
to
them
go.
Go back to the shadows from whence they came.
They probably haven't even listened to last week's episode yet. They got to get caught up.
That's true. Quit. You're getting a week ahead. You're putting the cart before the horse. Putting the cart before the friggin' horse is what's going on there. While you kick the last of those out, I'm going to look at our list and see what's next up to rank. Put a tier to. We have, I'm going to go with, let's see here. I'm going to go with bamboo/earthquake/tsunami bar. Kind of just lumping several bars into one for the sake of this tier list. And I like all these bars. I own them all. I use them all. I've used the earthquake bar for a long time. I just got the tsunami bar recently in Massenomics Gym. I like them all. I don't think they're going to rank very high. You're taking my bias out of it. I don't think I would rank them all that high for a home gym application.
Yeah, I would say it goes back to the thing again of like, are you having shoulder issues and things like that? And if you are, it actually just kind of might be something that you really should have.
Right.
But, and I actually do like it when I've used it at the gym. It's just something you have to be kind of intentional with how you program and making sure that you're using it.
Yeah, it's weird for me. I recommend them for people quite a bit. You know, I'm like, oh, you should give it a try. I recommend it when people are in Massenomics Gym. I'm like, give this a try. You know, try this out, see what you think. And it's kind of wild. It's fun also. They're fun.
Yes, it's fun because you're not wrecking yourself with weight, but you're also managing to make the lift. Like I'm speaking of benching here mostly. You're managing to make it incredibly difficult with minimal amounts of weight. And you'll hit muscle groups and little tiny muscles that you sort of didn't know you had when you use these things.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know if I can put it very high in good conscience though, just because of the special nature and that some people might not have much of a use for it too. It's very, hence in the name of the specialty bar, it is very specialized of its applications.
It's in my opinion, it's one of the most novel of the entire list, as in
True.
Like it, you know, it's not just straight weight that you just throw on and feel like it is. But again, like I to a lot of people, that's not a bonus. It's like, well, that's too crazy, you know?
Yeah. I love them. And I almost think it's like a C to me for the sake of the list.
I could see that. We'll go with that for now. We'll go with that for now and see where we end up here. But it's definitely
weird,
not an F. I was either B or C on it.
Right.
I'm fine with C for right now.
I don't know. Maybe it is a B. I could see that, I guess, too. I don't know.
Let's go with an IPF spec power bar.
The IPF spec power bar. So it could be different brands. I guess we talk about the Alico because we've got that one. I think it's a little overrated in the whole scheme of it. It's some nice bars that are IPF spec. I guess if you compete in that federation, that makes a difference. If you compete in powerlifting in that federation, that matters. And especially if you're highly competitive, it matters even more. Or you just are very serious about what you competing.
So you've now whittled the pool down to tens of people globally.
Yeah. Tens of people that have home gyms that are in that boat. It's definitely not in the Texas Power Bar category to me. I think the Chewy bar is a way nicer bar than they are still.
Mm-hmm.
I think for some of those people I mentioned, it's a great bar choice. If you're Jose, or even Basement Brandon, you know, he competes in those federations and has a really nice home gym and likes nice equipment. I get it while they would want that and compete with that and use it and train the way you're going to compete. But considering how expensive some of them are and the lack of really needing them for most people, I would give it a C also on that.
Yeah, you're also missing another piece of the puzzle, and this is, I mean, outside of the price, a lot of these outside of like your Hansu options tend to be very expensive.
Yes.
What's Rogue's? I guess the Rogue 20 kilo Ohio Power Bar, that one's only $350.
Yeah.
So that one's actually relatively affordable. If you go to stainless, you're at $445. So not terrible there. But yeah, like you're saying, some of the Alicos, ones like that, can be insanely expensive, like over $1,000 for people that aren't aware, which is
most of the home gym community, which we're talking about in general, doesn't even compete in anything at all. And then in which case I'm like, I don't know why. I mean, they shouldn't care about that.
No,
like,
you shouldn't.
right?
But
you know?
to me, the ultimate downside and why outside of the price, why I just really dislike these bars is They are a pain in the ass to squat with. You have to have,
especially depending on what rack.
Yeah, if you have a rack, is it the 49-inch width rack? You know, the Rogue width rack. I think I have a clean walkout, and it is damn near impossible to walk out of the rack without hitting it. And I don't want to buy a power bar that I can't do squats with, and I cannot. The last thing I want to think about when I'm doing heavy sets of squats or heavy singles is, I hope I don't hit this so I can set up correctly. Like, I hope I don't run into the rack. And that is what happens. And so to me, just the fact that it's a power bar that I can't use it for all exercises, it's at best a C tier.
I agree with you 100% in that. But then the comment I see people leave, like on the internet, then is, you should clean up your walkout then.
I mean, you have a margin of error of like a half an inch.
Like that would be on like perfecting your walkout to an unnecessary degree that I feel like you're almost using more energy just to like perfectly
to stop any lateral movement at all. Like, I mean, and you don't, and you in competition, you don't have to worry about that.
Right.
But you have to in training, which is like, and like, yeah, I get it. Like, don't have a walkout that requires inches, but like my 29 millimeter Texas power bar, I don't know, is the collar on that thing maybe 2 inches wide?
Yeah.
I've maybe in my life
enough that it's no problem.
I've maybe in my life hit the rack twice ever.
Right.
Like, it's an extreme oddity if I'm hitting the rack with that. Like, it just doesn't happen. And that, I mean, we're talking a collar that might be 2 inches wide, and that might be even less than that. It's just an IPF collar is typically, I don't know, is it a half an inch wide, a quarter of an inch wide?
Right.
And they suck in usability and a lot of times suck in price. So I'm a C on that one.
Yep, I think that's fair. All right, got to do it. Texas deadlift bar. The Texas deadlift bar. So a specialty bar, if you consider a deadlift bar a specialty bar. Really, the topic here is any deadlift bar. I'm saying Texas deadlift bar again because I think especially in deadlift bars, Texas is just the gold standard in deadlift bars.
Well, it is. Like, that's what people use in meats, isn't it? Am I missing something here? Or is that just, do people use other colors in meats? Other bars in meats?
I suppose there's some out there where they do, but I don't know. Also, it's just, if you like deadlifting, even if you're not competing, like the deadlift bar is fun to use. Yeah. Even if you're never competing in powerlifting, the deadlift bar is still fun to use. I think, it's not like the IPF power bar where you're like, this is just more fun to use, even though I'm never going to use this in competition. It's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
So a Texas deadlift bar does have an additional fun component if you like deadlifting and you want to just like bump that number up to play around with that to get your deadlift up. But you don't need it.
No, it's not a necessity by any means.
You can deadlift. You can do a lot of deadlifting without it. I would say that for sure. So where I do think it's the gold standard in deadlift bars, it's definitely not up there with the top power bars to me in the tier list, just because you don't really need the deadlift bar quite as bad as you would a nice power bar. So for that reason, I think it's more of a B or A, I guess. Something like that.
I was going to say A or B tier. And where I think this really varies is by the individual on this one, maybe more than anything.
Yeah.
If you actually don't like deadlifting that much, and then especially if you have no plans of competing, then it's like, it'd be hard to recommend this one in your first 3 bars you should buy for your gym.
Right.
If you do plan on competing, and it happens to be in a federation that allows deadlift bars, I would say, yeah, this one's probably pretty high on your list. But if you plan on competing and you're doing like USAPL meets or something, then again, this also doesn't really have much carryover or helpfulness to your situation. So maybe because it does depend on a very specific scenario, maybe that makes it a B.
Yeah, I think that's good.
When we're talking a home gym and limited space.
Yep, I think B is good.
Now I'm looking at this though and seeing the Chewy bar at A and the Texas deadlift bar at B. I'm not sure how that sits with me.
Yeah, I don't love that. Maybe when we get it all done, we'll come back and look everything just to
see how we're looking.
Yep.
Okay, let's do a spider bar.
Oh God! I mean, everything I said about the camber bar, I would just say all over again with the spider bar.
It's just like that with handles on it. I mean, really.
I don't know. How about this? Can we remove the camber bar from the list and put the spider bar in its replacement in F? Because I don't want to see those next to each other in F.
It's actually, when you look at this list, it's like, oh, when you look at this picture, Tanner, it's like, that's the same bar, except the next one has handles on it. Like, that's the only difference, isn't it?
Yeah. I almost feel like the camber bar can just go away. And now because the camber bar, I felt a little bit bad about putting it in F. Spider bar, I feel pretty comfortable putting it in F.
Okay, fine. We'll let the camber bar just sit on the sideline for a minute here. It might catch an opportunity to appear again.
Yeah. Maybe camber bar caught too many strays that spider bar needed.
It didn't really dawn on me until right now how similar those bars actually are, though. Wow.
I used one at Crew Falls this year.
Yeah, that was the first time I'd ever seen one in person.
Yeah. It wasn't it wasn't.
No, it looks like a little homemade DIY project when you see one.
Yeah, I think that's a good place for the spider bar.
They're expensive too. Wow, $650.
Yeah.
Ain't giving those away.
How about a buffalo bar? So we could say a duffalo bar as an example, but just the bow bar, the curve bar, the buffalo, the duffalo.
Mm-hmm.
I have a duffalo, and I also have, I don't know, I think I bought it from like Westside Barbell or something like that, even actually.
Yeah, that one's been around a long time.
Version. I actually kind of liked that one even too. And I liked it had a little less aggressive curve to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mind that bar. I haven't used much of either of those. Those are really popular for a while.
They were. That was, because we're talking about a lot of the stuff is from the era of when the exciting things in home gyms were bars. Like that was,
right.
That really was, and I kind of have figured out most of the known issues in that that region of the industry, and there's not a whole lot of innovation or newness happening there anymore. It's been actually a very long time since I've used one of these. Sometimes I think it'd be kind of fun to have that on bench, really work that range of motion.
Yep.
For a couple training blocks, which I would be beneficial. It would be helpful. But I just don't, and squat, I don't care about it on squat at all. I don't have any issues gripping the bar when I'm squatting. So like, to me, that is of no value. And that's what makes it hard for me to have this barbell, is that something that would essentially be like a bench only bar. Like I would lean towards a C on this for me personally in my home gym.
Yeah, I like it. I'm just looking at the other ones. I could see that because I really like the earthquake bar, and I actually do like the bow bars. And I go between. What do you typically use it for? I both squat and bench. If I think about it, I've used it equally for both over the years.
What's your primary reasoning for using it on squat?
That it puts absolutely that's like you talk about the camber bar. Someone might use that because it takes all that stress off of your and
shoulders, elbows.
The bow bar is just like the perfect amount for me that it like removes that shoulder stress. So I always like that. And the way that the weight will sit, it actually will put it a little more far forward. So you get even like a little bit of a safety squat.
Oh, really? Okay. I didn't know that part of it.
Yeah. Cause I suppose you can,
depending on your position, but that has been your experience though, where it
is.
Okay.
Yeah. And I just like I like that bar. Could actually see using it again now the more I'm talking about it. But there again, in the home gym, they're not too bad priced, like especially the cheaper ones. They're not too bad priced, so price isn't horrific.
Like this Bell's the steel one is $315.
Right.
Not cheap, but it's also something you could easily add to your gym.
I couldn't put it above a B, and I couldn't put it in F, so I think it's a B or a C.
Okay. Yeah, just in my experience, I would still probably pick a bamboo bar over this, which is also in C category, but I think that's a pretty good spot for it. Okay, up next, we're going to talk, we wrote Olympic bar here. Were we talking like Olympic lifting barbell? Like an
that must be a dual ring mark bar. We don't have to do everything on the list either, too, if there's any that
with no center knurl.
Yeah, no center knurl.
To me, I can make this a quick one. Like, to me, again, this comes down to your training style, but to me, that's a C. Like, that's a C bar.
Yeah. I think that's a C also.
I would have a hard time, unless someone's like really into CrossFit or Olympic lifting, I'd have a hard time even actually making that as the recommendation for a bar that someone gets, you know?
I guess if you were really into CrossFit and Olympic lifting, it would be the bar you would get.
Oh, it would be, yes.
You know, that would then it would replace this. That would be like the S tier. You know, a good version of that would be almost like an S tier bar for your list, but it's just, it's not really the background we come from.
Fun, it is. And it's also funny, like how many people that we interact with where like, that's also not the background that they come from.
Right.
You know, I don't know really anyone that's super high on their priority list.
Yeah. I think our list, it gets to go down to C. That's what we get to decide.
All right.
It's our list. Dang it. Okay. The Walmart crappy barbell with the hex key. And I know we talked about the Texas Power Bar, how that, you know, their roll pin end is of no issue. Well, the crappy barbell, that is a little bit of an issue. And just the overall terrible knurling. Sometimes diameter is like bigger than a squat bar for some reason. And just a piece of junk bar. Usually have it for free. They're really junky. They're really crappy bars once you're used to
usually
good
can
bars.
only tolerate a couple 100 pounds of weight before they start bending and breaking.
We have mini bent. They all bend eventually. Like I would give those belong in F tier, I think.
I 100% agree. It's just too, even if you're on a budget, if you live near any major metropolitan area, you can hop on Marketplace and find a used barbell that, even a heavily used barbell from any of the known manufacturers, is going to be better than these crappy ones with the bolt in the end.
Yeah. Yeah, those are junk.
I'm just trying to find a picture. Oh, yeah, here we go. Like, I got to find the right picture for this.
Cheap piece of crap silver barbell.
I'm typing in piece of crap barbell. It's not coming up. Here we go. Okay.
You guys eat pieces of crap barbells for breakfast?
All right, got that in there. My pick. Oh, damn it. Just closed my freaking tab. Here we go. Bring it back up. And take your time, internet.
I can just pick one. It doesn't matter. We can go back and forth. I'll say the squat bar. Brand not particular.
Who else makes squat bars? I know other people do, like besides Texas Power Bars, but does Rogue make one?
Rep. Yeah, Rogue and Rep both make them.
And we're talking squat bars here. We're talking about a 32 millimeter bar. Typically, do they all weigh 55 pounds?
Well, there's other old school ones out there that weigh even more than that, but I think that the lightest you can find is 55 pounds. There's even bigger ones like the Mastodon bar and some things that go back. That's if you're a big multiply lifter and you're squatting 1,100 pounds, they got even bigger, heavy. They'll say that the Texas squat bar is too whippy for them.
Really?
So then they need the ultra heavy squat bar. But
okay,
for the sake of ours,
one question I have on this, you know, the IPF bars are super
29
stiff.
millimeter.
Yeah, 29 millimeter, but they're super stiff. You know, the collars are really thin, so the weight's closer to the center there. Do those? Like, I'm just trying to think, like when Ray Williams loads that up.
Yeah, those will bounce all over the place.
Okay, so they do get really whippy on. Yeah, they do with 1,000.
Yes.
Okay.
Or him or the Vanilla Gorilla when he was using that in squatting like 1,100 pounds. Yep. It looked like a toy, kind of with him. And that's what he said. Like the oscillation of the bar was insane when he would walk that out.
Okay. I mean, it makes sense. It does make sense.
Yeah. Squat bar got to be lower than the deadlift bar.
Oh, absolutely.
Got to be lower than the deadlift bar,
Yep.
I think, for the actual application of it. For a home gym, I don't think it's an F. I think it's a C.
Yeah, I'd go there too. I mean, they're high quality items.
Oh yeah,
it's just depending on the person.
I own 4 of them. You know, like I don't even know how that happened, but I own 4 of them. So
yeah,
I obviously like having them.
It can be a very limited use application. The thing I don't like about them that throws me off is I get used to the way I line up my my hands on squat is typically I put my my thumbs on the edge of the knurling, where it stops in the middle.
Yeah.
And that's how narrow I go in. Well, squat bars tend to be almost completely knurled, and so that spot's not there. So then what annoys me is I'm like, I guess I just go in like an inch or two from the ring mark, and I can't get quite as exact. It's a little more of a guessing game. Yeah. And that's what I don't like about them. The 32 millimeter, that doesn't really bug me. It is different, but it's fine. I tend to forget that it's a 55-pound bar when I'm using it multiple times. The last squat session I had at Bryce's house using his Texas squat bar, there was multiple times where it's like, yeah, this is a 55-pound bar. I'm like, damn it, I forgot again. So
it is nice to use them if you're competing, to use it a little bit before competing, because the 32 millimeters does just feel different on my back. I don't really care about the length or whatever. The knurling part of it doesn't matter to me based on where I put my hands, but the diameter on my back definitely sits differently. Mm-hmm. I still think it's a C though.
Yeah, I agree.
For the home gym.
Okay, next on the list, let's go with an axle. An axle bar.
I like an axle because you can do a lot of stuff with an axle. It's pretty inexpensive. They're usually even lighter than 45 pounds.
It might actually be one of the cheapest items on this list, right?
Yeah, it might be one of the cheapest items. Can do a lot of, you can do everything you could with a regular barbell, but it gives you a variation on all those same lifts. Grip. It's a grip tool at the same time. If you compete in strongman, it's almost a complete
of any strongman.
Yeah,
training.
It's almost a complete necessity to have an axle bar. A lot of people that competed, have home gyms aren't competing in strongman. I think it's very versatile. I think it's a B to me. I think it's a B.
I think I'd go with that too. I mean, just value alone, it's pretty hard to argue with it. It feels like it's like a bar that's just made for pressing, doing some deadlifts with. Kind of giving me the sales pitch. You're almost feeling like I need to get one of these in my gym.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see. Yeah. There's a lot of pros to the axle. I guess all that, I said a lot of positive stuff, and it's like, yeah, it's a B. But I'm like, I don't know if it.
Well, but you also don't need one by any means. I mean, I've
right.
only used one a handful of times in my entire life. Like, is it needed to get strong? No. If you're doing strongman, should you have it? Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, not a necessity by any means.
Okay. How about SS yoke bar or a safety squat bar, EliteFTS, SSB, 1,000 different other companies that make them, but I guess it's an SSB or an SS yoke bar is classically, we've listed it as our favorite specialty bar, if we're not counting like deadlift bar as a specialty bar. The SS yoke bar, very high on our list. We've actually got a video out about that. It's not that expensive. You can get the SS yoke bar with the right deal.
Yeah, if you play the deal right, use code Massenomics, save 10% on it. Right now on EliteFTS, it is showing. Actually, I don't think you can use our code on it. A little insider.
I think if it's not on sale,
I think you can use code Table Talk though and save like 20% on it. So that brings it down to like. Well, if that actually saves you 20%, that brings it down to $320. A lot of times it ships for free. Like, yeah, I mean, if you're watching on EliteFTS, you can get these for under $350. And at that point, I mean, any bar under $350, I think is totally fair.
What tier do you think it's in?
I mean, to me personally, in a home gym, this was the first specialty bar I bought, and if that was to say anything, I mean, to me, that makes it an S tier item right there. Like, when I decided to add a specialty bar to my gym, this is the first spot I went to. It is the specialty bar I used the most commonly. I think it's very well constructed. It's comfortable. To me, it is the industry standard as far as these bars go. I mean, there's a lot of competitors to it, but I love the SS yoke bar. I think it's an S tier bar.
I'm good with that. I'm just battling in my head. Like, I'm like, okay, the Texas Power Bar is obviously S tier. Mm-hmm. But then if I think about it enough, I'm like, well, nothing else is S tier then to me. If the Texas Power Bar is S tier, because the Texas Power Bar is definitely what I would recommend to get before the SS yoke bar.
Totally.
But 10 times out of 10 be higher on the list.
Yeah, but I guess where I'm looking at this is it's this list is the home gym bar tier list.
Right.
And as far as types of bars go, you have your more traditional barbells, and then you have your specialty bars. And to me, this is
So it's like the king of the specialty
it's
bars.
the king of the
so
specialty
going,
bars, and that's why it belongs up there.
Maybe the deadlift bar belongs in A then.
I could very easily see that. Like that was because if you said, well,
I don't know, that might not be right logic. I'm just
but even how my own gym experience went,
Right.
I got a power bar, the 29 millimeter textile power bar.
Yep.
The first specialty I bought was the SS yoke bar, and if you want to say the third specialty bar I bought was the second specialty bar I bought was the Texas deadlift bar, and to me, like that is kind of the trifecta. So that would push me towards an A ranking just based on that.
Let's put that in the A. I like that getting away from those other 3 and B.
Yeah.
Those 3 and B look good next to each other now, I think.
Yeah, and actually, I do have a curl bar too. So
You kind of have the S and A
is actually
tier.
aligning with my S and A tier items,
Right.
and I would probably buy a Chewy bar if they weren't $700, and that's the other A tier
Right.
bar right now. So
Right. Okay. Next on the list, let's go the shitty, stupid little tricep bar. Can you find a picture of this so people know what we're talking about? It's the little parallel. It's kind of like a football bar.
a miniature
only it's-
football bar.
Only if it'd be a football bar and the really crappy easy curl bar that every gym has, that the easy curl bar fairy, they got
Do you
together
like
and
this
had a
picture right here
baby.
that I got? Do you feel like that's the appropriate one?
me see.
All chromed out. It's
Yes,
like a rectangle
that's it.
that's about 2 feet
That's
wide
it.
with 2 vertical bars.
Also,
in
I
it.
like that one because it's got like the 1-inch spin collars on
The
it
spin
too.
block. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's the bar.
Yeah. The only gym I've ever been. This is actually the funny story about it. The only gym I've ever been to where I actually saw someone using this was Jen Thompson's gym, and they clearly know
Yeah.
a thing or two about getting strong and using their
Did
strength.
we use
but
that there?
We did. We did tricep after we
Yeah.
got done doing our what was it, 2-board slingshot benching. Then we moved on to this. We did seated overhead tricep extensions with this thing. And I mean, I did smoke my triceps, so there's no doubt about it. But
it does do the same thing that the Swiss bar does that we're talking about.
yeah,
And it takes up
100%.
less space.
yeah,
It's just a little piece of crap. I kind of want to put it in F tier.
I'm 100% fine with that. I think that's a good spot for it.
I'm not second guessing the
Like if
Thompsons.
someone's
'cause they know
starting a
what they're
gym and
doing,
this was their like one of the first
Yeah.
3 they're talking to me about, I'm like, whoa, back up. You're doing this wrong, man.
Yes.
All right. Next up, we got not a whole lot left. Let's go with a log.
Yeah. Strongman log. Can't be as high as the axle. Not near as versatile as
No.
the axle is.
Also, can be stored depending on the size of your log and your situation. Can maybe be stored okay, but still not easily.
They suck to store.
Yeah.
Kinda. They do suck.
Price.
If you're not competing in strongman, there's not much of a use for it. I don't
No,
think. You can do it with camber bar, do it with your axle, do it. You can get hella strong without that. If you're competing in strongman, you take it seriously. You pretty much got to get one eventually because it comes up all the time in competitions.
Comes all the time. It does look really freaking cool. There's no doubt
they're
about
sweet.
that. Maybe
I've got,
maybe the coolest looking
like,
bar on the list.
I think I have like 4 of them also. So just by me putting something lower on this list doesn't, by me wanting to put something lower on this list does not mean I don't like it, because I have a, I don't know, MB Power Center log that costs like $1,000. So
And is really big and really heavy.
yeah.
Yeah, the other annoying thing about logs is there are different sizes, and depending on if you're learning or your strength level, it might require you to have different sizes as time goes on.
Yeah.
And having multiple logs, as you know, isn't super convenient either.
This one's a bit of a wild card on the list because you could say, is it a bar?
I mean, I'm going to say it is for the sake of what we're doing here. If we're going to count, it has sleeves that you can put weights on.
Yeah. It probably, out of everything on this list, looks the least like a bar, though.
I mean, have you seen that spider bar?
That's true. It's got to be in C, right?
Yeah. I don't think it's an F tier item. So
No,
it's not as good as a axle, which we have in B tier. So it would have to be in C tier then.
Right. Okay. How about we talk? So the only 2 power bars that we've done specifically on the list so far, well, 3.
We have
We did the IPF spec, we did the Chewy, we did the Texas Power Bar. I think we can't skip over one of the big elephants in the room. We got to do a Rogue Ohio Power Bar.
Mm-hmm. We do. It's at the top of the list for what people recommend when you're getting into the home gym hobby. This is This is very high on the list of what people like to say.
I thought I knew where I think this should go, and the more I think about it, I'm having a second thought on it.
So, okay, it's not an S tier item. To me, that's easy to say. It's not S tier. It's a very good barbell. Can never fault anyone for recommending this bar. I'm between an A and a B on it. I don't prefer it as much, but I get why people like it. It comes in like 1,000 different finish options, from bare steel to stainless steel to Cerakote to black zinc. It has a IPF collar option, which I don't like, but it also has a slightly more standard option with just, a little bigger collars. It's about $300, which pretty affordable again in the scheme of things. I mean, it's hard to say, it's hard to recommend against it. It's just not my favorite barbell. So
I think it's probably an A. I think other people could make it a case for it being an S because of the value there. It's right up there with the Texas Power Bar, but quite frankly, I don't want to support Rogue that much.
No,
so
and
for
I
that reason, I don't want it to be in the
yeah. I would
the
just
S tier.
always pick a Texas Power Bar over this, though.
Right?
Like, yeah. Okay.
Right.
If one popped up on me at Marketplace for $100, would I want it? Yeah, I'd want that.
Yeah.
But I don't really have any desire to buy one at full price when I could just have a Texas Power Bar instead.
Rogue Ohio Power Bar. I've got at least a couple of. I've got, I think, 2 or 3 of those. It comes down to me. I don't want to support Rogue that much.
I know.
That's honestly
They have
my
enough other
real
things
thing.
going on.
Yeah,
for
I'm
them.
like,
They
no, I don't want
need
to.
the bar market too.
Yeah,
That's probably honestly the biggest part of it.
Yeah, it's my honest take. Of like, I just don't want to support them that much.
They also do their own wonky, proprietary scale rating and testing on all of that. And I'm like, who really is like buying or caring about? I mean, I get it. They have to do something to market it and feel good, but I'm like, this whole thing just seems like, what are we actually doing here?
Yeah. Last one we see if we got some to add before we finish up. But how about a light bar, a women's bar, a 35-pound bar? I guess that's what we're saying, a 35-pound bar or a women's bar, if that's what you call it.
Yeah, this again comes down to one that I don't have any experience with these bars. I could see how more of like a CrossFit Olympic style training, how this would be beneficial, one for the sizing, and then also if you're learning, the lighter weight could be more helpful than a 45. But as far as a home gym scenario, like for me goes, this is of no value.
Right.
If my wife all of a sudden was like, oh, I'm going to start lifting, I want a barbell, I'll be like, yeah, I'll buy one right now for you. Like, we'll get one immediately. But for most people that we're friends with and talking to, there is no point in having this bar.
Well, my thing would be, most of the time, even if your wife wants to use it, I mean, if say it's a female power lifter, they don't use a different bar.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm saying it's coming from a CrossFit like Olympic lifting approach.
Right.
Like, otherwise, if you're not concerned about like Olympic lifting, I don't even really know why you would need one. Because aren't they 27 millimeter? Are they 25?
Yeah, something like that. So what category did we put the Olympic lifting bar in?
Oh, we have that in the C tier. So this would be an F then.
Well, it's either just a lower grade of C or it's an F. It can't be any higher than that one.
It's a 25 millimeter bar. Wow. So that's really tiny.
Also, if you have kids, I guess they could use that. I don't know. Most times for a lot of lifts, they can just use the bar too.
Back when I was a kid, they said, here's a 45-pound bar, go. And you just had to figure it out,
And we all raised up just fine.
We turned out just fine. That's the ultimate test. We turned out fine. So clearly it works.
You didn't wear a helmet when you rode your bike. You drank water from a garden hose, and you lifted whatever damn bar they put in front of you. And we all turned out just fine.
Look at us here.
What else would people say? We drank water out of a garden hose.
We didn't tell our parents where we were going. We showed up when it was dark.
We didn't have these cell phones everywhere.
We didn't have
protecting
the internet,
us from dangers,
giving us the answers to things. Our gas had lead in it.
And we turned out just fine. Except for the serial killers from the lead in the gas.
Yeah. Cars didn't have airbags. We didn't wear seatbelts. A lot of people died, but those of us that survived turned out just fine.
Drinking and driving was barely illegal. It was almost, you just look the other direction when it happens, and we turned out just fine, except for everyone that died from drinking and driving.
But the ones that did, we got why you did it. We understood it. There was a mutual understanding.
And those of us that made it, we turned out just fine.
Yeah, we smoked wherever the hell we wanted.
And we all turned out just fine, except for those of us that died from it.
But the rest of us, we're fine.
Well, some of us are fine.
The casualties weren't fine, but the rest of us are fine.
And the rest of us, we turned out just fine.
Yeah, I don't see any downsides here.
I don't really want to put it in an F. I don't think it belongs with those other ones, so I think it's a C.
We can just leave it off the list, too.
Let's do that.
That's our list.
Yeah.
If the camber bar can't
keep
make it,
with
then
the camber bar.
35-pound bar ain't being
Can you
on
keep
this
it
list.
off to the edge with the camber bar?
I remember back when we used to treat a camber bar like a real bar and put it on the list.
We didn't just omit it from the list altogether.
Because a
We
bar that
just
looks
didn't
exactly
delete
like it with
and act
handles
like it was
showed
never
up.
there.
Is that all of them then? Did we get them all?
Yeah, do we want to add anything else
Okay,
to it?
so let's start at the bottom of the list. F tier. Spider bar. Shitty ass bar with the bolt in the end. And shitty ass tricep bar with the spinny lock collar things. Those are your F tier bars.
I feel good about those.
I think that's a pretty good list. You know, I think those all belong there. I like that. Okay.
Yeah. Good F tier.
Yeah.
Solid F tier.
C tier. We have the bamboo bar. I'm just gonna say an Eleiko IPF power bar.
Yeah.
A camber bar. A Olympic
Buffalo
lifting
bar, we're calling that.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah. An Olympic lifting bar, a Texas squat bar, and a log. I'm good with the log, the squat bar, the Olympic lifting bar, the IPF bar. The two on that list that I like are the bow bar and the earthquake bar. The one I was going to say is the one that sticks out to me a little bit is the earthquake bar. I like
it's kind
that
of a
more.
wild card because I still think for a lot of people in a home gym it'd be a wild purchase to make, but I'd feel good about moving that to the B.
Yeah, I like that. And the other bar, I just don't use it enough to have a strong opinion there. So I could see if you were like, no, this belongs in B tier. I wouldn't be against that.
I like the bow bar. Let's move. I like it better I'm just thinking of the grouping, and I like it better in that group.
That's the main thing looking at there is I think that those bars are both better than the other C tier bars there.
Yeah.
So then B tier, and I like this B tier because there's a good amount of novelty and variety in it. We have the football bar, an open trap bar, an axle bar, an earthquake bar, and the bow bar.
And what that B tier really became was some of our favorite specialty bars that aren't our absolute favorite specialty bar.
Yeah, and they're all like those. None of those replicate each other. Like they're all their own thing there, totally too.
That's true.
Which I think is a good standing. Then in the A tier, you have the American Barbell Chewy Bar, a Easy Curl Bar, a Texas Deadlift Bar, and a Rogue Ohio Power Bar. This tier is funny because it's a little more brand dependent, you know?
Yeah.
But also at a certain point, that is what differentiates the bars, you know, is the actual brand themselves.
Power bars especially.
It's really funny seeing the Easy Curl Bar next to the Chewy Bar in this list.
The Easy Curl Bar is kind of just this funny thing that we have to have.
It just
kind
of transcends the bar selection.
Right. Most of them suck. And I don't this list, that is not a nice curl bar. I want that to be clear. That's like you're just run of the mill.
Shitty silver one on there.
Yeah. I think it belongs in A tier for different reasons.
Is a funny grouping though, especially compared to that B, where everyone in the B, I'm like, yeah, these are just great bars. Everyone should have these. In the A, I'm like, well, I wouldn't buy the Rogo. I personally wouldn't buy the Rogo Power Bar, but I get why it's
really
there.
wouldn't buy the Chewy bar.
Personally, I'm not gonna buy the Chewy bar, but I get why it's there.
Yeah.
And then we go to S tier. We have the Texas Power Bar and the EliteFTS SS Yoke Bar. This is not our first list, but man, this might be our best one yet. That's a pretty dang good list.
When I look at this, just want to make notes when I look at this list as a whole. I know I've said it before. I'll say it again. It's crazy how we could, put this list together like this ad hoc and come up with the absolute perfect list that no one could dispute.
The right answers. There's nothing.
Everyone's going to agree with every single thing in this list. And that's crazy that we put together the definitive list that everyone's going to love every part of.
And the even better part is these really tiny pictures of barbells make it obviously
really
clear what we're trying to communicate here. So there will be no confusion about what bar is what when people look at this picture.
This would be a great one when we post it to Instagram. This should get some good engagement of people getting riled up about it.
They'd be like, why is there a Texas...
Because half of it, they're just trying to decide what they're
Why is there a Texas Power Bar in S and A? What's the difference there? Clearly a deadlift bar.
I want to be mad, but I can't even tell what you idiots did to be mad about. So I want to be pissed off, but I can't even tell what enough.
I want them to be wrong so bad, but I don't even know what they're saying.
Yeah, so please... if you've actually listened to this podcast, you've screwed the whole thing up. What we need you to do is just see this a picture of this list on Instagram and then give us all your deepest, darkest feelings about it without listening to the context of this episode.
I'm waiting. I can see one criticism, people being like, oh, you didn't include a Rep Power Bar or a Bells of Steel Power Bar or a Fringe Power Bar. And I'm sure they are all fine power bars. Like I have no issue with any of those, but
A's and B's and
like they're all good. It's just instead of having this be a tier list of every company's power bar,
right.
We don't.
Well, that's the thing when we do these lists,
because we don't care that much about those ones. So
we just get to take our liberties of what we even want to put on the list. It's kind of the way,
like when we want to talk about. It's our show.
When we do the music tier list, it's like. Fuck, did you guys come up with this group of music? Like, and was this about artists or songs? Yeah. What is this even? And it's like, that's what we get to decide.
We will start the protein food tier list with chicken wings. That is how this will operate.
This isn't your father's tier list over here.
No, it ain't.
Not where we understood that he didn't wear a helmet when he rode his bicycle and he drank out of a garden hose and he turned out just fine, but this ain't his list.
Yeah, ask your father if he's fine, then get back to us.
Yeah.
He might not.
I like this list. We're so good at this. This is crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of making me feel like I need to buy like an axle. Or
you need to fill out this B tier list,
bar.
basically.
My
crap.
B tier. Or maybe get one of those new EliteFTS.
You just learned you have to buy 5 new bars.
Or an EliteFTS football bar of some kind, American bar. One of those thin crust bars I got.
Just talked yourself into like 5 new bars.
All right. Well, good. I was worried I was getting down there on my list,
Yeah, so drop us a comment in the YouTube channel. Let us know that you agree perfectly with this list. If you have any other comments, you can just keep them to yourself, damn it. Just kidding. Let us know what would we have added to the list. Just don't say rep power bar. We already told you why we didn't add that. I guess you can tell us if that's really what you wanted to add. That's fine. If it's your favorite bar, you tell us that. But let us know what other bars you think we should have added to the list. And let us know what you incorrectly disagree with. Let us know you're incorrect. We want to hear them. We know you're not right.
Start
but we
with
want to
my
hear
incorrect opinion is.
Yes.
Start it like that.
Yeah,
and you can say whatever you want, but you have to admit that first.
Yes. We want that to be the start of your comment. My incorrect opinion is. Then you can say whatever
and then at
wrong
the end,
thing
you can say,
want.
but I don't know anything. So and that's how you can end it. My incorrect opinion is say whatever you want.
Yada, yada, yada,
but I
yada,
don't know
yada.
anything.
But I don't know anything. And then you can say whatever you want then. And we'll like your comment. We'll star it. We'll pin
Maybe
it.
even reply to it because we're pretty active in the community. So we might even reply to that comment.
So it's my incorrect opinion is
Whatever you want, but whatever. I don't know anything. It's a very non-confrontational way to tell us how you're feeling.
Yeah, it's the only way that'll not upset me when I read through this.
Tanner would be incredibly upset to read anything.
The only way I'm
going
to not take this personally.
Yeah.
My incorrect opinion is I would like that just to be future policy on all of our YouTube
There's
videos.
a YouTube setting where you can just make it so anytime someone leaves a comment, it leads it with my incorrect
They're
opinion.
like trying to edit. They're like, what the heck? Like, how did that get in there? And they're like trying to go back and edit. They're like,
my
okay,
incorrect
fixed it.
opinion is you guys suck. And you're like, okay, well, yeah, that is your incorrect opinion.
You're right. You are wrong. I like that. That's the best part of this episode. My incorrect opinion is. Let us know. Would you have left the camber bar on the list, and where would you have put it? The old camber bars probably. We really hurt the camber bars' feelings, didn't we?
The camber bar community is mourning.
They're going to be up in arms about this. Like, you left the spider bar on, but you got rid of the camber bar. Nobody even has a spider bar.
What about all the I'm trying to think of the word to describe them. I don't want to say purists. That's definitely not what they are. Let's just say, what about all of the enthusiasts of the Prime Super Squat Bar? Are they going to come out of the woodwork on this one with their pitchforks?
Both of them. All three of them.
Once I get this damn thing bolted together, I'm going to be so angry at you.
If those people could read, they would be so upset with us right now.
If they could put down their smart arm and their super smart arm. What's so smart?
Once I finish setting up this smart arm tomorrow, I'm going to be over there to give you guys a real earful.
We're just joking. We love crime people.
Sorry, Jose, if you're listening. If you're not, why the hell aren't you listening? Dang it. That's our list, and we're sticking to it. All right. That's a good list. That's a great tier list. Home gym barbell tier list. There it is. So that closes out our tier list.
Mm-hmm. It's like putting a nice little bow on it.
Yeah, I want to make sure to also mention this week's episode is brought to you by our great friends just north of the border from us in a little place we called Fargo. Maybe you've seen the show, maybe you've seen the movie, but have you seen the shoes? Barefoot.store. Don't put these in a wood chipper. You want to keep them on your feet. And you can also check out the new, that new color? I want to look at that new color again that I talked about last week.
Yeah.
What was that? Terracotta? That's not right. That's what I'm going to say.
Terracotta.
What was that? That's a Ursus.
I know what the color looks like. I cannot remember what the name of it was.
Let's find that frickin'. Oh, there it is. Terra. Yeah. The Ursus Terra. I like that color with that black sole.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think that would go good with, though? Could you wear that with blue jeans?
Blue jeans, a Carhartt jacket. That's that same color.
Yeah.
Maybe some Carhartt bibs that are also that same color.
I'd like to get the Ursus in white, too. But
I know.
That's a bold move.
Me. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't.
No,
I just don't
kids,
think I can.
Man. I can't get white shoes. I got kids.
White shoes is a bold move.
Actually, white shoes are like my favorite. I actually do buy white shoes.
No, but
like
all
shoes.
100% white shoes.
And then canvas too is a little trickier than.
See, because like if you get white shoes that have like a Navy logo on them, so different things to break up the white, then you get them a little dirty, and it really doesn't. A little scuff and dirt doesn't catch.
Character.
Well, it doesn't draw your eye. If you have this stark white shoe,
yep.
Then just a little off-white, and it starts to be like, oh, what is that I'm looking at there?
Mm-hmm.
But if you're brave, try the Ursus Gen 2 in Arctic white. If you're brave enough for it, see if you can see how long you can keep them puppies clean. Check them out at barefoot.store. Use discount code Massenomics. It'll save you 10% on every pair of shoes you order, regardless of color. Same percentage, regardless of color. Thanks, Barefoot.
This episode is also brought to you by The Strength Co. The Strength Co. makes the best made in America plates on the market today. Smooth yet easy to grip. Black E-coated, made to last for generations. They will outlast you. Their design process ensures function for the everyday lifter. The deep lip on the edge of the plate allows for great handling, and the largest plate width is only 1 1/4 inch, which means if you move weight, if you've been spending some time in that gym lifting weights, you can load up the bar and you don't have to worry about the bar filling up. They really have been the go-to plates of Massenomics Gym, Tommy's Home Gym, the Massenomics Lift Hard Live Easy Classic Warm-Up Room. Pretty much any place that matters, these are the go-to plates. They are our favorite. They're the best. The Strength Co., thestrength.co, www.thestrength.co. That's where you get them. Thank you, Strength Co.
What did Tommy Schneider, the stapler, say about
Says,
Strength Co
damn,
plates?
these things are really easy to hang on to. Like, yes, they are easy.
But he wasn't joking when he said
He's
that,
just
right?
being serious.
Yeah.
That's just a testimony from a guy that moves a lot of weight around,
Yeah,
both for himself and other people.
that's true. Oh, okay. Closing notes. You got a sauce follow-up?
Yeah, I just got a little sauce follow-up. A lot of
great
great
recommendations came at you.
There was a lot. I'm going to say I'm giving heavy preference to recommendations that can be bought locally in my grocery store. Not a big fan of, I mean, I will, but I just don't go online and order sauces because then I always have to remember to go online and order sauces, which maybe I'll do it, but that's a harder one for me to handle. But in the store, okay, I did get, is it Kinders? I think is the brand, Kinders. They have a bunch of different sauces. It's like a little Longhorn is their logo. They have a bunch of different sauces and spices. I got the blend as one of their spices. Salt, pepper, garlic. Man, it goes on everything. It is a great all-purpose one.
That's right up my alley. Yep.
I can 100% recommend that. I think it's a good proportion of all of those.
Yep.
I think Jen recommended, is it G Hughes? Is that the one?
Is that the calorie or the
Yes, G Hughes sugar-free sauces.
Sugar-free.
I had no idea. I've seen these in the grocery store before. I had no idea what they were. I just never bought them before. And I mean, I shouldn't say I have no idea what they are. It does say sugar-free enormous on the label, but I just never bothered to read that. And I was just in the grocery store the other day. I thought, okay, I'll give this a try. I got the, I think it was like the Carolina sauce. And for having 5 calories, which as far as I'm concerned is 0 calories.
Right.
Delicious.
That's a margin of error.
I'm like, this is delicious. This is great. So I will definitely pick up some more of those.
I've had those before too. I think those are good.
Yeah.
I'm not a sauce snob though. I pretty much, there's very few that I'm like, I don't like this. And
yeah, I was
fine.
very pleasantly surprised for basically having no calories that you can load those suckers up and you don't got to worry about anything. So I do like that recommendation. Thank you, Jen.
Anything else that you have tried yet, or anything on your list to try? Or
no. I mean, there was other ones that came in of people mixing. I mix this, and this. I'm sure you do. I'm sure it's delicious. I'm not going to mix crap. Like I'm not going to like get 5 things out to mix before I do it. I just want it in a bottle ready to go and squeeze it. I'm trying to think what else there was. I think there's like a variety of like hot sauces and buffalo sauces, some things like that. So yeah, I'll keep looking down that sauce aisle, but so far I have been happy with the few that I've grabbed.
Yeah. My week 2 MarcoFactor update would be I'm liking MarcoFactor. It's gotten simpler. I think because I was looking for a clip to pull from last week's episode and we were talking about it, and I forgot to say I didn't want to. Like I listened to myself and I'm like, oh, I sound like I know it all already. Like that I'm like, oh yeah, I'm good on. And I'm like, what I think the really big value that I'm looking forward to is like to maintain. I kind of already knew how to maintain, so I feel comfortable with maintaining. But what I'm excited about is the day that comes that I either want to get 5 pounds heavier or get 7 pounds lighter or whatever it is. I'm like, I feel like it's going to make that so easy.
Right.
That it's like, oh, it's like, here is the perfect roadmap. And if I stick to it, it's like guaranteed almost to work. Like,
yeah. Cause especially with how
like
predictable
clockwork.
your eating is, the second you decide you want to do a cut, it's going to just like drop off like 50 carbs and a little fat.
Right.
And then it's like, yep, that's your cut.
Right. And that just makes it so there's no guesswork. Like, I mean, and there again, you kind of know that how to do that anyways, intuitively, if you've been eating with a purpose for quite a while. But I just think that's the really exciting part of it to me, I think, is knowing the exact changes to make.
Yeah. Well, and my takeaway from you talking about last week is you're already at a much more advanced level of this than 90% of people ever are. And also you're significantly more consistent with your food than most people are. So
that'd be a nice
you're just
way
a pretty
of
easy
putting
use. Yeah. You're just a very easy use case compared to the average person that's eating out every day, maybe multiple times a day. Just stringing meals together, whatever they can. Like that person has a lot of low hanging fruit that they can, do. Where for you, it's like, nah, I'm like 95% there, even when I'm not there.
I've been excited to try it eating out. I still have not eaten out yet once since I've started it. So I'm like, to search like McDonald's.
It's
not gonna be McDonald's, but like
the national chains are pretty easy because all their stuff is in there. Where it gets a little more challenging is you go to a local place where it's whatever, but you take it's funny to take the picture with your phone and actually see what it spits out at you because I
have tried it a couple times, even when I kind of know what it is. I just want to see what the picture tells me. Do. And it seems pretty good.
Yeah.
From the times I've tried it, it's like kind of spot on.
Yeah. I don't know if it's spot on, but it's better than I would have got to on my own.
Yeah.
Or it at least gives me a starting point where I can be like, okay, yep, I definitely know that while this picture thinks there's 2 ounces of chicken here, there's more than 2 ounces, or like, no, there's not actually 6 ounces of steak here, whatever it is. It at least gets you in the ballpark to where you can start to, dial it in.
Another funny realization I've kind of picked up on is like, sometimes you get caught up worrying about, you get caught up in the minutia of some of the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, maybe this flies in the face of the tracking to begin with, but I'm like, a lot of stuff I'm like, it doesn't really matter if it's 6.5 or 7.5. Like at a certain point, I'm like, there's a margin of error here.
There is
everything. Like you get everything as accurate as you can. And like, that's the best you can do. But some of the stuff it's easy to get too worried about some of that stuff. And I'm like, this is just the difference of what's even in the package. Even when you're scanning a label, you never it's never like 20 calories here and 20 calories there. It's kind of it's like worrying about every plate being exactly calibrated all the time.
It is. Yeah, you can't do that. On the flip side of that though, after we started talking about this recently, I've started to look at my own use because I'm kind of on autopilot for the most part. My stuff's in there. And I did find, because it just a couple weeks ago, it was like kind of like bringing down my calories again. I'm like, why is it doing this? What's going on? And after paying a little more attention, there was 2 main things where I was off by actually a decent amount. One of them was cottage cheese was kind of one where I'm like, oh, this is just...
I'm doing this many servings.
The first time I did it, I was like, okay, this is what a half a cup, this is what that looks like, okay? And then over time, you're kind of just like, well, it's cottage cheese. And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, my half a cup has almost doubled as to what it actually is.
Yeah.
And if you're doing that twice a day, that's a difference of more than 100 calories. So, okay, again, not a huge amount. But so that's one thing. And then the other one that I was just getting lazy on was I buy a lot of Costco bagels. And from there, theirs are quite large. They're very big.
Right.
And a Kirkland bagel rings in at 300 calories.
Yep.
And I just hadn't gone to Costco for a little while. Hy-Vee is closer to me. I'd got some Hy-Vee ones.
Yep.
I was still
You were just using that.
I was
bagel.
still using the one in, and I'm like, I should probably look at this. And I put that one in, and that one was 200 calories. And there are some days where I have 2 of those as well.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, right there, I'm off
you
by
could be
200
off by
calories,
300 calories
just right there.
altogether.
And then with the cottage cheese, if I'm eating a decent amount of that, I'm off by 300 calories right there. I'm like, that actually is a considerable amount.
And then you do it every day of the week. So for
a
week,
whole
you're
week,
off of 2,000 some calories.
And that does add up. And there was like a week or two where I was almost doing that, what I just said there. And now that I've cleaned that up, I'm like, oh no, so then just this week it bumped me up like 70 calories just for the week.
Yeah.
I would imagine if I do that again for another week or two, it's going to give me another 70 calories for probably the next 2 weeks. So I might have been incorrect by a few hundred.
That's good to know. The other thing that I think I said this on last week's or the week before, that I'm like, oh, I could just eat the same thing for every meal. And I have actually not doing it for every meal. I always eat the exact same thing for lunch every day. It's just chicken, breast, rice,
Well,
and fat-free
what
cottage
you
cheese.
do for breakfast too?
Right. But my point was that I could eat the exact same thing for supper that I eat for lunch every day, and just start doing that for 2 meals of the day. And I am kind of do that. Not every single supper, but probably 50% of them. I am also going to eat my lunch now because it just simplifies our life and stuff even more. That I'm like, oh, this is the motivation I need to do that, because I'm realizing how perfect that meal is for my macros too. That I'm like, no, I'll just eat that like 50% more of the time at night, and it's like takes care of every one of those nights that I know is rock solid for the total day then.
So you had a picture. You used
that's what I was
meal
doing.
Prep,
Well, my wife was mostly doing that.
Right.
I actually, for her to do that, I went and took all the kids out, and we went and washed her vehicle, vacuumed it out. And so it's like, we're going to work on something for you while you work on something for me.
Yeah,
you
so
know,
for people that don't know here,
there.
Tanner posted a picture, and I don't how many bags of chicken was it?
44.
44
I
Ziploc
think
bags
it was
of chicken, and
it was like 50.
It shredded?
Yeah, it's chicken breast from Walmart, the big, like in the yellow styrofoam
Tray.
refrigerated tray
Yep.
of chicken breast. I don't know if each one's about like 10 pounds or 6 pounds or whatever, 8. I don't know. I think the starting weight was maybe like 50 some pounds of it we made in that batch.
So how are you making this then?
So in the Instant Pot, basically as much as you fit in the Instant Pot.
50 pounds right in.
Yeah, no, I think it was 4 or 5 batches in the Instant Pot.
And how long does
so
it take?
So it takes a while. I don't know because I don't do it.
I mean, does it take a couple hours for it? I've never used it.
No. I mean, to do all 5 batches took like a couple hours.
Oh, okay. So it cooks it pretty fast. And then when it's done, then do you shred it?
Yes.
And does she season it while it's in the Instant Pot?
Before it going in the Instant Pot, she trims, because on that chicken from Walmart, there's kind of some crappy pieces on there that you don't actually want to eat, and she trims all of that off. It doesn't end up being that much, but it makes eating it way better because it's like gets rid of that crap that you don't that's like kind of grosses you out when you get it and you're like, is that
one bite of this
food?
could damn near ruin my entire meal.
Right. Yeah. And that's part of what works for me, because I don't
just the good stuff.
Yeah, so she seasons it before, in the pot, and then after trimming it, cooks it, shreds it. The shredding it might be the most tedious part of it, but it is like one of the most important keys to me eating that, being able to eat that all the time, is the shredded, because it is never chewy.
See, that's what I think I need to. What's made because I've ate way more chicken lately, and what's made it more tolerable for me is I damn near like dice it as thin and tiny as I can, to where it's just like these little chicken, just little pieces, because big rubbery chicken chunks are so disgusting.
But so she does, if the shredding it takes more time than the dicing it, because she does it diced sometimes, which is fine. I mean, I could eat that every day and I'd be fine too, but the diced, even tiny diced, is not as good as the when it's shredded. When it's shredded, it's like, and then you mix it with rice. And then especially if you want to put sauce on it at that point, you might as well. That's why I'm saying, like, at a certain point, it's like, this is the most low effort, perfect macro meal ever created.
So, because you're putting these in 40 Ziploc bags, and they're all going in the freezer then?
Yep. Oh, they all go in the freezer then. And then I just take one out. I take it out in the morning, and then by the time I eat lunch, it's thawed enough to put it in the microwave and heat it up.
So what do you do? I mean, where are you putting it, though, when you take it to work?
My hobo lunch box to go to work is a Walmart sack. I take a Walmart sack to work every day, like I'm a homeless person. Leave it
on your desk.
I just leave it on my desk,
at room temperature, for 4 hours.
Yeah. Actually, what I do is that's exactly what I do. I take it out of the freezer at about 6:30 or 7 a.m. and it sits there until about 11 a.m. and then I put it in the fridge and then until I take it out at about 1.
Isn't that like a big no of food safety?
Because it's still frozen. It's frozen.
Oh, it doesn't thaw out at all?
It thaws out enough that by the time I put it in the fridge and let it sit in the fridge for a couple more hours and then the microwave, it's like, it's not a rock hard frozen clump when I put it in the microwave. Okay. Like I still have to break it apart. Like it's to a point where it's still like frozen, but I can like easily break it apart with my hand.
And how many ounces are each one of these bags?
I usually do 8.
8 ounces. Yeah. So what's that? Is that like about 80 grams of protein or?
I don't think it's that much. I
70?
think it's 50 some
Oh,
or
it's 50 some. Okay.
Yeah. I should know that by now. Actually,
I should too.
yeah.
Actually, I just put the damn ounce number in and don't even look at it twice. Which is
that's
also kind of funny how that
exactly
goes.
right. It's okay.
6
lunch
ounces for
today.
me says 50 protein on this, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I literally have the boneless, skinless chicken breast from Walmart,
Yep.
and I do 8 ounces. Today was 283 calories, 51 grams of protein, 8 grams of fat. There's
Damn.
probably arguably actually that much fat in it because it's trimmed pretty well. So, and 0 carbs. So it's over 50. It's 50 plus grams of protein, and it's really good. And if I don't have time to let it thaw, I just do the defrost in the microwave. But the defrost in the microwave makes it not quite as good because you're just like the long heat for so long can make it a little bit chewier if you have to defrost it completely.
See, it's just, I'm having this realization right now. This is one of those things where in MarcoFactor, you pick something once and you just use it every time.
Yep.
Somewhere along the line, I clicked on chicken breast grilled boneless skinless because I'm like, oh yeah, it's boneless
Right.
skinless.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's not grilled, but it's just cooked up. And that thing, the macros it spits out are 6 ounces would be 50 protein and 6 fat. And when I just type in boneless, skinless, extra lean chicken breast from Kirkland, 6 ounces, it's giving me 41 protein, 2 fat.
Yeah, and that's right. That's right in line with what I have then.
Yeah,
6
so
ounces
that's
being about-
I mean, again, not a huge difference. It's a difference of here is 250 versus 180 calories. Actually, it is kind of that's another one of those that I should probably clean up my entry on.
right. I guess it's a good lesson. Today's is a good lesson on us of food selection on the entries. You do your best when you don't have a choice, but if it's coming from a package, it is always nice to scan it when you can.
Yep.
That's the other thing. I have to go dumpster diving after my wife's already made stuff to go back. Oh, where'd you put the package for this?
Yeah.
I need to scan it.
Yeah, it makes life way easier when you do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's that. Then I feel like I have one more thing I was going to ask you about that chicken.
Yeah, it ends up being like this one was like 40 some bags. So I'll eat it for sure 5 days a week, every week for lunch. So, about 20 gets me through a month for lunch. And then I'll probably eat about 10 to 15 for evening meals and then maybe a couple on the weekend. So that's like a month's supply.
About a month's supply.
Yeah.
And you're not adding any extra sauces or seasonings. Like you're just riding with what you got.
When I have it at work, I put fat-free, mild cheddar cheese on it from Walmart.
Yes.
I put that on the rice, and that's kind of my sauce. But when I eat it at home, just like if it's on a weekend and I'm at home,
you're getting crazy.
Sometimes I'll put a little bit of a Old West sauce on it or something like that. I would not have to. I just do it literally. Be like, it's like a special day today.
I'm gonna really treat myself.
I'm gonna put a little sauce on it. It's good with sauce. Like if you like sauces, then if you like sauces, makes this like, I just can't even. I actually don't know if I hardly like anything better. Like I don't know if I could go to a restaurant and pick a food item that I actually like better.
Well, okay, so my takeaway from this conversation is I just need to pay attention to a couple of my listings a little better because some of them I think are still a little off, not much, but a little off. And then I need to do shredded chicken. That's what I need to try.
I think that's maybe you'll disagree. Maybe it's just my personal preference
because my experience
too,
has been as time has gone on, I've gotten to smaller and smaller chicken pieces, and it's gotten better and better.
Yes.
So I think the shredding could
a little seasoning and shredding it is
just have like a paper shredder on top of your thing. You just drop the breasts right in there and it just shreds them up.
I think a lot of times my wife actually uses the egg beater.
Oh, really?
I think that's a part of the process.
Okay.
I don't know. Honestly, whenever she's doing it, I find a project of hers to go do so that like, because I don't want to do that project. So I'm like, if I can make myself really useful during this, she's going to continue to be willing to do it. If when she gets done, I also did something that is advantageous for her. So I actually just kind of try and stay away during chicken making
That's the best
day.
way to do it. Yeah.
Try and be not seen and heard during chicken prep day.
And just on the flip side of it, 40 bags of chicken show up and it's all good.
Yes. All right. We talked about our drop coming up. It's going to be a big one. We got some 50% off items coming in that drop. We're going to clear some things out. Everyone always makes the joke that it's just size extra small and size 4X, but the truth of the matter is there's always a variety. You know, it's not every shirt. Yeah, there's a little something for everyone. Not every shirt in every size, but between the collective number of shirts and things that are on sale, there's a pretty good size selection. And then a few items that new pieces of Massenomics. History.
Yeah.
History is going to be made with some of these
word for
things. That's YouTube channel, right? We're going to break 11,000 by the time this comes out. We're probably over 11,000 subs on YouTube. We're putting full steam ahead effort into YouTube. We got some really big, cool stuff coming here in 2025 still. Episode 500 is right around the corner. We got something planned for that it's just going to make you all crap your pants. It's going to be so cool. You're just going to uncontrollably crap in your pants.
Yeah, you'll say, in my incorrect opinion, this is freaking awesome.
Remember, with every comment that you leave Massenomics, start with my incorrect opinion is become a supporting member. It is 100% the number one way you can support us. We talked about the other things, but if you like the podcast, I'm not gonna say love. If you even just don't hate the podcast, or don't hate the YouTube, or don't hate the Instagram, consider becoming a supporting member. It's what makes it all keep going. And a certified training facility. If you've got a home gym and you aren't certified yet,
what the hell are you waiting for?
Yeah, what the hell are you waiting for? As they once famously said. Tommy, we already did the ads, right?
Yep. You can find
where
me
do they find you at?
Tomahawk_D.
You can follow me at Tanner_Bear. Just make sure to follow Massenomics at Massenomics.
See you.